crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover.
It just crossed him over. Absolutely. Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
The crossover is powered by Everlow Concrete Repair and Oman, everlowconcrete.com.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we going to do about our boy Nick on the afternoon crossover?
What about him?
I heard that he's a dumpster fire.
Well,
I heard he's causing.
You'll have to be more specific.
What are we talking about?
Matt was telling me that he's trying to steal the Bears thunder from Matt. Matt is the true Bears fan. Of the
Yeah,
place.
two of the three shows yesterday were Bears titled shows.
But that's Matt. Matt is a Bears fan. He's from Chicago.
Like that made sense.
I don't know. Maybe we title the things the audience is looking for.
Okay. Wait. First off, it made sense for our show and our brand, right? That, we talk about the Bears because, like, that's a running joke about my fandom and everything like that. Every day I do watch the crossover between the Connor Happer show and USC.
Wow,
I think
thank you.
It's very entertaining.
Saw Connor yesterday went backwards hat.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
I have to.
Serious.
I don't do it like you. I have to.
Taller.
I go like. I go wide like this.
That's the way I do
the
it.
microphone.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, but it's a nice little groin exercise. Yeah. This is how I do the crossover every single day.
You're gonna pull something. Man.
Well, no, I'm prepared now. That's just how I do it. So.
But no, the first 10 minutes, I was thinking the entire time, I was like, this has to be so awkward for Connor Happer because it really just turned into a USC meeting over the air about proper thumbnails.
I like to weigh in.
And it was, well, you did a great job. You did a great job
of drive-by guy.
Yeah, you did a great job of pushing the conversation away from the awkwardness and slight sadness that was happening. But I nearly lost it when Nick Grimm goes, "I'm bad at my job." I thought I started rolling on the ground when that was a sentence.
That's right.
Then he goes, yeah, it's just, someone goes, this would be a good Happy New Year crossover. Nick goes, yeah, it's just crap on Nick. I just couldn't stop it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
it is nice.
How are you?
I'm good.
Are you excited for Iowa State?
Yeah. I don't think that I'll probably
pay any attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're going on vacation.
I'm not out of town this
So you got the DVR set?
So
you can grind some tape when
hey, Bill
and Nick are doing the game. Yeah. I'll have to record it.
Yes.
Because it'll be a good thing to watch on the plane.
Because you can't. No, you can't. So when Westside was in the state final a couple of years ago, I was over in Iowa City, and there is a radius of about, I think, 75 miles
because you're traveling.
Yeah. So you can't stream Nebraska public media.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it live. It will download onto my thing.
Then you're good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
So where are you going?
Because I'll have to watch a game too.
Yeah.
The Husker game.
Where are you going?
I'm going to.
Were you not in here?
No, I was.
He actually wasn't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was peeing.
I'm going to a wedding in Northern California. You brought your good job bringing your cups back.
Yeah, because we have a
Northern California. Why? Oh, is the Creighton baseball team practicing out there or
no? They did play a series there last year though.
Okay.
People forget that.
They do. Well, we forget a lot of things when it comes to Creighton baseball.
The days of the obscure locales for non-con might be over.
Maybe. You know that Creighton baseball won the Big East?
I do. How could you tell?
Your hat.
That was from the Big East tournament. They also won the Big East regular season.
Yeah, people forget.
People do forget that.
People forget.
Do you get rings?
Great question.
Do you get?
I have not been approached about a ring.
Today is the Omaha men's basketball ring ceremony.
Oh, I have not been approached about a ring. What a question. I wonder.
Would you like a ring?
I would love one if they're doing them.
Okay.
I love any sort of commemorating experience.
We can. You're friends with the head coach. You can make that work. You can get.
Well, I don't know if they're doing rings.
Well, no, they do rings, because Paul Bergstrom, who I was friends with, he played Creighton baseball and he had a Big East ring.
Well,
Glenn.
Now, maybe that ring came from the Big East and not necessarily Creighton, so I don't know for sure. But
the Big East ain't making no rings.
But
not for baseball.
You're gonna be kidding me.
But Paulie's house unfortunately burned down, and they were able to save the ring, and so his ring is actually in a little box that's like half burnt, and it's actually kind of dope.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Paul
absolutely-
Bergstrom's house burned down.
So Paul Bergstrom's his brother is Jason. Him and I are very good friends. He's one of my best friends. His senior year, Jason's senior year in the summer, their house burned down.
Oh my God.
It was their mother's house that she grew up in, and
That's horrible.
and unfortunately burned it there. They just showed up one day and it was down. They had a brother, Ryan, who was in the house, and he nearly died. They had to get
Okay,
him out.
good.
It
That was my
terrible.
next question.
Yeah.
Everybody
Ryan's
okay?
Ryan's doing fine.
All right.
But they went to obviously they got a new house, whatever. They were renting it out, and Paul had his little Big East ring in a box, and it was all burnt, and it was like
That's kinda badass.
He was like, yeah, they were like, we didn't get much from the fire, but
They
we
could
got
take
my-
away everything, but
we
not
got
my
my
Big East ring.
ring.
For me, right now, it's just this hat and a shirt. I got a couple shirts, but I do like this hat.
Oh, I mean, if you go to Prasco Park next year, I want a Chick-fil-A night at Prasco Park.
Sure,
please.
I can get you one. They're free.
Yeah, just grab one. Hopefully
Wow.
by that time I'll still be a large, but
I would-
TBD.
My Prasco Park shirt this year, I spilt barbecue sauce
Oh,
on it.
Oh, it's got
And then
character.
I had to bleach. We had to bleach it out, and then
Oh.
they made a bleach stain on the shirt,
Oh.
so the shirt is
Now
kind of.
turned into a
It's almost like the burn mark on the box.
How do I wash whites in laundry? Because people
Great question. Let's
because-
talk about it.
because
Oh,
people
boy.
people have told me warm whites, right? So when I wash my whites, I put them in warm water,
Okay.
right? And
That was
then,
going to be my follow-up question.
and
What
then
do
I
you do?
and then I put a little bleach, in there, and they're still not white, they still get like a little gray, like a little dirty. Like all my whites are dirty whites.
What
I
do you,
found-
do you use any detergent?
Yeah,
besides the
obviously.
bleach?
Yeah. I put a little detergent in there, and then I put a little bleach in.
I found
Why
that
do you
when I
use
started
bleach?
doing laundry that it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Seriously, I just throw all my clothes in there and then I press go and then it goes and then
But-
they're washed.
But my whites aren't white. They're like
Do
I
you guys
have,
separate your whites and your colors?
Yes, you do.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, it
No.
depends on what I've heard. It depends on what kind of washer you have. I just have always been that way because I'm afraid that my whites are going to be red.
Try
and
it out
pink.
sometime. Just to put in a white T-shirt that you don't care about
Yeah.
and just see what happens.
See, the problem is
because I think
though,
you'll be
is
okay.
I'm not wearing a lot of whites right now because all of my whites aren't white enough.
Here we go. This is from the laundry Reddit. This is from Ohio Girl 22.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
She'll know.
Hi there. I run an Airbnb with all white linens. Don't use too much detergent. Just use one pod for a full load. Anymore, you'll leave residue on your laundry. I wash only in hot water. Stains, when you see them, treat them. I happen to like using a carpet cleaning spray rather than a laundry spray.
Yeah, we got that. We got that.
Keep your bedding separate from your towels. Then
Okay.
they don't dry at the same time.
So
Towels
ma-
take
so
much
maybe-
Yeah,
longer.
some
Yeah.
clothes, it's better to just hang them. Don't
Yeah.
dry them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my polos, my collars. I hang up my collars.
Hang up your collars.
I hang up my collars and I hang up my quarter zips for sure. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm looking at my wardrobe and there's just way too much color. And I think I'm ready to just throw away a lot of my clothes and buy a new
No,
wardrobe.
don't throw them away. Take them to Goodwill.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Take 'em to
I-
a charity.
yes,
You'll-
I'll take them to a charity.
You'll find it very refreshing. And then you'll just accumulate because you work in radio and then work in sports and shirts just appear.
I'm
They
fired
really
up.
do.
The basketball season is beginning.
It's shirts time.
There
When's the
is
gear drop?
There is where the duffel bag is being packed as we speak.
I love that.
Yes.
That's
But you see,
good.
when you go to the NCAA tournament, the duffel bag gets bigger, and then there's more stuff that is added, like the sweatsuit for the radio guy compared to the 7'1".
Sure.
Christopher Richardson is different. They actually make one for the radio guy. So
Nice.
but with their
That's the
shoes-
good stuff.
It's nice to be a champion, isn't it, Gary Sharp?
Well, I still have. So I haven't. We got all kinds of stuff after the regular season, postseason, and then going to the NCAA tournament. That stuff I haven't worn. It's sitting in my autographed garbage can.
Summit League champion, national champion / ICCAC
Big East
championship,
champion.
Big East champion. What are you a champion
What
of?
have you been a champion of?
You schlub.
The big red overreaction champion.
There you go.
Give me my belt.
Ring him.
Ring me.
Ring me.
6-1. Okay. Best record of all time in 1620 the zone history. Highest winning percentage.
That's gotta be
Minnesota
right.
made rings for
Yeah.
tying the Big Ten West one time,
That's right.
and
Uh,
they won the Big Ten championship.
I didn't get sent a ring by the
Well,
Northwestern Wildcats.
So remember, Nebraska football did pinstripe bowl rings.
That's right.
They
That's
did.
right.
They didn't release them, but they did them. They're there. They're nice. They're nice rings.
Great rings.
I'm trying to think if I've ever won a championship in my life. I won a summer hockey league tournament with some against AAA players. That was a pretty big accomplishment.
Perfect.
Add
Add it to the list.
I was an all.
Did you get a shirt?
No, we got a medal.
Okay.
You know.
I think when you win slow pitch softball leagues around here, you get a shirt.
See, I never won a slow pitch softball league. I finished second in slow pitch softball 3 times. I'm the bridesmaid, never the bride. I mean, my entire Nebraska intramural career was me finishing 3rd or 2nd. I never won an intramural championship.
Damn,
So,
that's what you get at the end of
So,
the intramural tunnel as
yeah.
well. You get a shirt.
I never got that shirt.
It's a great
So
shirt.
I think
know.
I'm just a loser.
At a women's basketball game last year, we honored intramural champions, I believe.
Whoa.
Yeah, I knew a lot of them
Hey, so it's
because they beat my ass.
you guys all know playing for the shirt is a big deal.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you got to get the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
dude,
And you wear that shirt.
Yeah.
Nebraska intramural athletics was awesome. It was a war ground. It was like
Unless you were trying to make some money during the winter and were officiating, and all of a sudden you were officiating a football team that still thought they were hoopers.
Dude, same. I started reffing basketball, and then all of a sudden I moved up the ladder, and I'm like, whoa, you
Mhm.
guys are going way too hard.
yeah, I
Yes.
was a POS.
Foul. I mean, no foul. I was Father Pat reffing. Guys just can't go flying through the air like that.
Oh, I hated. There was like the Kenny Cheathams of the world. I hated them guys.
Yeah.
They were like because they played basketball in high school,
Sure.
and they think they're still these great basketball players. And it was just it was a blank.
I
show.
found it easier to ref the good players than like the
Yeah.
girls
like the
who,
good, like the
y-
good frats that would have like
yeah.
guys played in high school at a high level but don't play in college.
Yeah, because they know what a foul is and
Yeah,
isn't,
yeah.
and you can kind of just tell. You know, it
And-
was all vibes.
In football, I was POS. And basketball, I wasn't. I was bad at basketball. But in football, like I had to be told multiple times, stop being a bad human.
What were you doing?
I just they call we
Oh, you were yelling. At
I was
refs?
on the field and and they would make bad calls and I would yell at them. But in particularly one time we had a kid tackle. We had a kid pull the flag, but the flag came off of the belt. Right. And we were like, well, we pulled the flag.
Well, it's down.
That's down.
Mhm.
And they're like, no, you have to pull the belt. And I'm like, we have our guy with the flag in his hand, right? He pulled his flag.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
down.
and I lost it. And then I was like, is it belt football or is it flag football? and they got
Good
really
line.
they
Good
got
line.
really mad at me
Good
because
job.
I was like, are we pulling belts or pulling flags? So
Good job.
but there was
So we need to organize, whether it be at Baxter Arena, whether it be
Oh,
at Sokol.
This whole media
Or-
versus coaches thing.
Yes.
This would be a disaster.
it would be a disaster.
Could you imagine what the Creighton coaching staff would throw at us? They have.
But we're not
They
losing
have
by,
two
I
head
guarantee
coaches.
we're not losing by 53.
I guarantee you we are.
Yeah, I don't,
No.
I don't, what do you think? What do
No,
you
no,
think
no.
that this
Dude,
media market has to
I
offer?
watch Mitch Ballack every time. Just give it to active Creighton dudes. Like they have to tie one arm behind his back. That guy is a superstar. He would kill anyone.
No, I don't think there's any shot that it
We
would be
wouldn't
a
lose
fun
by 53.
experience.
Mitch would cook
Yes,
your
No.
ass.
No. I don't know that I'd be playing.
Yeah, who do we
but I
have to
would be-
offer?
Nick Ball.
Okay.
Okay, they would go soft on Nick because they don't want to mess Nick up because Nick's one of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Mitch would
but
cook Nick.
How
So,
how
no.
hard is Nick going though?
Well, he'll go real hard for a little bit.
Okay.
But that's all we need. We need a little buffer so we,
we
don't
need to
lose by
get Nick to the
53.
free throw
And then you
line.
got Jacob. So Jacob is a pickup guy.
Okay.
Okay, now he's back to health.
But remember,
Yeah.
he broke his.
But he's back
ankle
to health, and
or
I think
something.
he's out running again.
Yeah, and so who is
Yeah.
5'4" John Walker going to guard Gary Sharp?
Great question.
Well, okay, we gotta include all of them, right? So Clayton Collier looks like an athlete from Channel 6.
Okay, he's tall at least.
He's
Yeah,
tall.
he's a million feet tall.
See,
Yeah.
Matt
I
Foster
think-
being
I
in
think-
Kansas City hurts us here.
I think Adam at Channel 3.
Now,
Now,
yeah, he's an
Lauren
athlete.
and Kelsey are a little bit smaller, so we couldn't get them down in the paint. So they have to be our outside 3-point shooters.
We're just doing local TV people.
All the local Omaha media.
Is Matt
teams.
DeMarinis? Is he?
The Creighton. It
No.
would just be so. It would be so bad.
Pull
It wouldn't-
question up at Happer
wouldn't
be-
Show. Thank you, Jason. Would Mitch cook your ass?
Now,
Yes.
he might go for 30, but we can't let anybody else get 30.
There's
That'd be
plenty
our
of
whole
other
thing.
former D1 basketball players,
Hey,
I'm certain,
hey,
on the Creighton
Huss
basketball
has bad
staff.
knees. Okay,
But he's
Mac isn't
9 feet tall.
Mac isn't going to dunk on us again.
Okay,
But he's
yeah.
9 feet
But
tall.
I was about to say, who's 6'7" and that large
They
and
can
going
just
to be
toss
able
it
to
to him.
stop a back down?
and then they got
Mac-
Grizel.
Oh, I
They're
forgot.
like
Okay, hold on. I changed because that's right. Adam just texted me. You're right. They have Grizel.
it's
We're doing
over.
it.
It's over.
By the way, real quick, I'm
No
almost,
points.
I'm certain that the Creighton coaching staff could beat the media by 40 if only Greg McDermott scored. They only said, hey, the only time,
no.
the only points are going to be scored is Mac. I think they still would win by 30. Because
You think like you put in a stipulation that he's the only person who could shoot?
yes.
Nah.
Okay,
I don't know.
so-
I think
Yeah,
media
you
might
just
have a
throw it
chance.
into the post. You would just
All
throw
right,
it
so
into the post.
I'm gonna put this together because all three of them are at the Coaches for Cancer breakfast on Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't know that Hoiberg plays pickup. Crutch doesn't, but Crutch's staff does because they played pickup all summer with the guys and they have some hoopers. And then Creighton's staff. Does Fred play pickup at all?
I doubt it.
I would actually-
because of his condition.
I've only seen Fred like physically with my own eyes, like pick up a basketball like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
He just
That's too bad because
he probably just stays away because he
wouldn't you
can't.
like to see
you know?
Fred on the gun and just
Oh,
shooting from the corner, just
absolutely.
banging threes?
Yeah.
All right, I will ask these guys if we can put a media game together.
I don't think.
Let's do it. I mean, it's going to be bad, but I'm here for the content.
I don't think Fred probably doesn't play pickup because he's got his heart thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Definitely. He can't. He
I
can't
would
get too
love to see
active
Fred
with
on the
it.
gun.
So
Fred versus Casey, they missed that opportunity. That would have been a great shootout for that dumb opening night they used to do.
I'm wondering at Iowa State if Fred played pickup against those teams.
No,
That'd be pretty interesting.
Dude, I mean, it would be so bad.
It would be terrible.
It'd be so bad. It would be because I watched that video yesterday from the Celtics practice, and I'm like, no, it'd be worse.
People do forget Joe Mazzulla played
Now-
at Virginia.
Might be the only win the Celtics
Now, here's
coaches
what we
get
would
this
do.
year.
Here's what they should have done.
Nice, Josh.
They should have then let the coaches write the game story and get quotes from the media.
Okay, that'd be good.
That'd be funny.
Do a press conference afterwards. Yeah, that'd be good.
You guys ever see that? Marcus Freeman started asking questions to a media member because that media member coached Marcus Freeman's kid in flag football.
Yeah,
And he started being like, you called this play on 3rd and 7. What was the decision?
I
there?"
love that. We should definitely. I'm totally in for this. I mean, this would be great.
What was your darkest moment during that game?
Yeah.
Well, when
Were you
when he
distracted?
hit the 3 over my outstretched arm to win 57-4. How do they only score 4?
What do you
some
mean,
of the,
how do
some
they
of the
only
media
score
people
4?
from Boston did look like athletic. Like they had shoes on that looked like they played.
Yeah.
How do they only score 4?
It's not that crazy to think that a bunch of unathletic people who are not regularly working out or playing basketball are unable to score against a bunch of men who are consistently around a basketball every single day for multiple years.
And have played professionally.
Yeah. Like every single day, those assistant coaches are picking up a basketball, dribbling a basketball, shooting a basketball, passing a basketball.
Pete said this is the reason why we shouldn't have media that haven't played the sport cover the sport.
No,
I disagree with
Thank
that.
you.
nothing to do with that.
Who is the guy who made fun of Peter Schrager for being
Ryan Clark.
not Ryan
yeah.
Clark?
Ryan Clark.
Classic non-player take.
Yeah, but it's,
Hey,
some.
Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes NARPs know the game better than people that played it.
Well,
Sometimes.
NARPs can actually speak and former players can't actually speak.
Okay.
Well, I mean, look at media. There are
That's right.
plenty of former players who are not good at articulating thoughts
And-
talking and being entertaining.
Oh, he's
On
going
the-
to say something about JJ Watt.
On the
No, no.
inverse, there's athletes who can't play and there's media members who can't talk.
Yes.
That's true.
Bingo,
Hey,
bingo.
he's doing a great job, by the way. Have you watched a lot of him and Ian?
Oh, you mean when he
I-
comes in wearing a wig and fake glasses?
It's not.
that
it
was-
was weird.
Oh, it's
That was
so
part of
good.
the CBS throwback.
So good when he wears that wig.
Eagle
It's
and Watt
funny.
are going to be the new number 1 CBS team when Romo is a
You should
free
talk
agent.
ball, JJ.
You can
Every
separate
Steeler
the
game
art
you
from the
watch,
artist.
you can watch him.
What?
Ian Eagle and JJ Watt. Every Steeler game they're doing now. They're
Yeah.
probably going to.
Oh, I don't know who's that
Alan
Watt kid.
Herbie
I have
tomorrow
no
night
idea.
to do the Steelers and the Bengals.
I would love to put this together. I think this would
Okay.
be a great idea.
All right, so I will put the bug in the ear of the 3 coaches
Yeah.
on Thursday.
I'd be happy to play. and just
I'd be happy to attend.
just get worked.
You don't want to play?
Just get
Eh,
worked.
no.
Why
I
not?
don't think I'm adding anything to the team.
Okay.
I mean, it's come up with the starting
You have
five.
to. No, you have to have a run. You have to go down the floor a couple times. Yeah, the starting five might be. We got to get a commitment from Baugh first.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
we
you don't have
have
ball,
Nick-
you don't have
If we
anything.
don't have Nick, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm retired, so I'll be there with Josh.
okay. Be
I don't-
watching.
This is not going well now.
We can call
Well,
the game.
I mean,
So it's me and Padilla.
do you need me? I mean, I could be a
I mean,
body.
we might. I don't. We might.
Yeah, we might not have enough bodies.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of subs.
I'll
might
be
the key to
a
victory
body.
first.
I tweaked my knee a couple months ago, and I kind of called my basketball career right then and there because I don't need to be paying to have a surgery. But
I'll tell you this: I'm not going to be afraid. You know,
Mm.
I'm gonna go in
I'll play.
there
You
and
gonna
I'll
go
play
right
if you
at
need
Seagull?
me.
there's going to be, the three 7-footers standing at the rim. I'll say, I'm going to go right at him. I'm going to just like,
Try and
Pat
get a foul
Kelsey's game
call.
plan
Yeah.
against Kalkbrenner in the
Hey.
in the
That's
Which
just,
is-
hey,
which
in
is
the
just-
tournament
hey,
last
so
hold
a
on here.
stupid game plan.
doesn't
Yeah.
if he had appeared on a podcast and he like regularly is on a podcast, doesn't Echenike live in Omaha now?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so we can use him because I think he's been on podcasts, so he's a media
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Gregory. Bring your pink shoes. We need you.
He loved those pink shoes.
He loves the pink shoes.
Speaking about pink shoes, can't wait to see those pink shoes on Friday. Gonna be great.
pink shoes on Friday. You're gonna talk to Gregory Echenike on
No,
Friday?
no. Nebraska
is going
football.
to have a pink flare
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the
cool.
uniform on.
Maybe a little
I
pink.
thought you were talking about the
Friday
Creighton volleyball pink out.
How would you feel about pink N?
I would
Nobody knows if this is happening, but there is something pink is going to be involved
Careful.
in Nebraska's uniform.
pink sleeves. Like arm sleeves, like shooter sleeves.
Would you
Well,
not do?
That's 15. He'll wear that.
You not do a pink N? You wouldn't like a pink N?
I don't think so.
I don't think it because then the thing because you brought that up the other day. I think then you got to change. Pink doesn't go with red, so you'd have to change the face mask and the stripe. I
Could you
think
do
that's
a?
too much.
I think the only way out of it, because I agree with you. I don't, and I think they know that too over there. That it'd be a little too much if they did pink, pink, pink. Now they could do pink stripe, pink N, and then white, like a white face mask. That'd be pretty dope.
Bring back the gray face mask from the
Oh.
Oklahoma game.
That is, yeah.
That was a good helmet.
You could bring back the gray face mask for the blackout game, but they're probably a black face mask. So
They're
who
going
cares?
black face mask
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
They're going black face masks.
Black face.
Careful, the both of you.
They're going blackface
What?
masks.
No.
I don't know.
What,
Hey,
Josh?
can
It's
I-
blackface
Dude,
masks.
that's just like my Kike Hernandez tweet. I wasn't even thinking about that when I was talking about it. Okay, so that's on you. All right, it's on you having a dirty mind and being all PC. Josh
I would love it if
over
they
there.
had blackface masks.
I think that would hurt recruiting.
Most definitely.
I think you'd know that Rule is leaving if that happened.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground on my way out. Watch.
They're gonna have blackface masks. Blackface.
Hey, speaking of
Blackface
real
mask.
quick here about alternate uniforms, like because they're for the players and the recruits. Do you see many people wearing out in public an alternate uniform that they purchased?
I know they are available for
They
purchase.
are.
Yeah.
but I don't see many people wearing the blue and red one. I see.
Well, I guess I wouldn't
periodically.
really see people wearing a football jersey out in public. Really, I don't.
The
really
only
see
the
much of
only
that.
the only Husker jersey I own is a black one.
There you go.
I wasn't because everybody was like, "Oh, I have my red one." I'm like, I wanted to be different. I got a black one.
So you bought one from a game that Nebraska got beat.
Do you wear it around?
Well, if I bought one from a game Nebraska got beat, I couldn't be able to buy a jersey at all because Nebraska's been beaten in all the jerseys since I was a student.
I don't know. They won a game in all red this year.
Well, okay. So I guess I can.
the curse is over.
Yeah.
The curse is over.
Well, and the curse may be over on Friday. We're going to prove it, so we're wearing all white. And then it's going to suck because then they're going to wear all white the rest of the year.
Yes.
And I'll miss the red breeches.
They're not going to wear all white the rest of the year.
Well, Dylan, it depends on Dylan. Dylan's like the everyday starting pitcher that gets to determine the jersey. Whatever Dylan wants, Dylan gets.
He's the anti-Chris Sale.
Yeah, you'd eat that uniform or whatever. he did.
Yeah. You cut it up. Imagine. Dylan walks in. There's not enough pink sleeves for his jersey. And then he just cuts up all the jerseys. Looks like we're going black looks like we're going red on red today versus Minnesota.
Look,
What did
he-
you
He
expect?
reformed himself.
First sales, first road trip with the White Sox. They're staying in a luxury hotel. And I know this because he told this story at a FGCU event. He wasn't familiar with the fridge, like where they provide you stuff.
Mhm.
And so he thought he thought it was the greatest thing. He texted Dave Tollett as the head baseball coach at FGCU, and he said, "This is awesome." We got to the hotel room. I had my own room, and they had this refrigerator full of food.
And then they charged me.
He ate everything out of
Who did
that.
this? Chris Sale.
How much?
Right.
How much?
But you also have
did
to remember,
he-
so Chris Sale is a little bit country.
a
even though he's from
little is an
Florida.
understatement.
So he grew up in Lakeland, went to school at FGCU. He also did not have direct deposit with his first couple of checks with the White Sox.
Amazing.
So they had to give him paper checks. He held on to them. So the White Sox,
like Happy Gilmore.
2 months into his career in the majors,
Hey, you need to
the
cash
White Sox
these.
came in and they said, "There's something wrong. You haven't cashed your paycheck yet."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I just wanted to keep."
Well, it kind of makes a big deal because it's like like $300,000. Like
Our books are a little off
Yeah.
right
So
now.
Probably.
his initiation
I mean-
also, their first road trip, he had to collect as much beer as possible and put it in garbage sacks and carry it on the plane.
Hey, I respect that, man. Like you get access to the stuff. You know this. You just take it. You know.
But he didn't know the fridge. Like he thought it was just, "Hey, welcome to the big leagues. Welcome to this nice hotel." And he ate like all the food and drank everything that was
That's
inside of it.
awesome.
You know
That's
where you'll
incredible.
never want for anything? Presco Park.
I
You
thought
just walk around. You feel like you're stealing.
Chris
I-
Sale
Can I just get back in line? Of course you can. They'll give it to you.
Chris Sale took the Connor Happer approach at a grocery store. He just wasn't looking at the prices.
Hey, but
Yeah.
if you notice, like when you go to Vegas, now they have like lasers. Like they know if you take something and even put it back and you haven't opened it.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, February, I'll find that out. Got to book the hotel today.
Let's go.
Good on you.
You're going to be an MGM guy.
Well, I also made another frivolous purchase.
All right.
Go
Tell
on.
me about it.
So the NASCAR 25 game came out yesterday.
I've seen Nick tweet about
Yeah, you and
this.
Nick
Yes.
could play the game.
I'm okay. And
Wow. Wow.
so
that was like so like disrespectful.
and so I got the game. Very excited about it. It's an absolutely incredible game. The
Oh,
lighting,
you
the
bought a wheel.
I bought a wheel.
You bought a wheel.
I bought a wheel for the game. I spent. You want to guess how much I spent on my wheel?
150.
I spent $230 on my NASCAR wheel.
Good job.
So
I support this, by the way.
I was playing on my joystick and I was just like, man, it's really hard to turn, and I'm not getting the grip on the inside part of the track at Talladega that I really need to be getting.
Yeah, it's just it's not as fun when you're just pressing A all the time.
No, it's not. And it's really hard. It's like you got a bad surface, and my buddy was like, yeah, I got a wheel, and I was like, well, if you got a wheel, then I'll get a wheel.
It's time to get a
So
wheel.
I went on Amazon and I got a wheel, and so it comes on Sunday. It comes with the pedals and the gear shift and everything.
Please tell me that there will be you and Nick playing this together
Mhm,
and that there will be video. Can
Of
you
course, there will
vlog
be
about it?
video.
Content.
There'll be. I mean, I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm already. So there's like class S, A, B, and C, and I'm already in class A online. I'm already ranked actually. So
Whoa.
I already won a race at Daytona.
And I just want to know, is Rule going to go to Penn State?
So Gary will be like, Matt, what's your opinion on that? I'm like, let me tell you this. Pocono is really, really tough on the third turn when you're trying to get around on the straight. You got to make sure that, later in the race when the temperature gets hotter on the higher side of the track, that's probably the better line.
So to bring the show full circle here, Unsportsmanlike Conduct's image, the graphic for today will be a computerized NASCAR of some kind.
Probably.
Probably.
You have to bring this up.
Is it still called NASCAR Thunder?
No, it's NASCAR 25.
Ah,
It's not from EA. It's from like a different company.
First time it's been out in a while.
I had
right?
NASCAR Heat a couple years ago.
So NASCAR Heat 5 was the last game, and that was made by somebody completely different.
NASCAR
There's-
Heat was great. I named my guy Dutch Vanderland.
Good NASCAR
wait.
name.
After Red Dead Redemption?
Uh-huh.
That is a great.
I have a plan. I just need
Arthur!
money.
I got a plan.
Yeah.
Tahiti.
to Tahiti.
We're going to Tahiti.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Dutch, what happened at Blackwater?
Exactly.
What happened, Dutch?
Uh-huh.
We never found out what happened at Blackwater.
No, we didn't.
There's just a lot of money in a cave.
And then tuberculosis struck.
Yes, and then Micah Peavy ended up being, or not Micah Peavy.
Definitely not Micah Peavy.
Just Micah. I don't know his last name.
Micah Peavy, the
Were you-
Georgetown basketball player.
Were you a deer or a wolf guy at the end of Red Dead 2?
I believe it was a deer.
You were a deer. You're a good man, Connor Happer.
I
Good man.
I
Good
know.
honor.
I was-
Gary, were you a wolf or a deer guy?
I like the deer.
All right, good take.
Great take, Gary.
Good take.
All right. So
But
we're
yeah.
all before I move forward on this.
I'm in.
We're in to play
I'm-
basketball.
I'm in. I'm coming off the bench though.
All right.
I'll start.
We need Jacob.
Yeah, we need Padilla big.
Yeah,
time.
and then I'll ask Ball.
Somebody once said that watching Matt McMaster play basketball is like watching a car crash happen in slow motion. So this should be very fun.
Awesome.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, we need
that
some people going to mix it up.
little spark plug.
I'm probably
We
need
need,
to. I need to
we
buy
need-
basketball
We need
shoes.
like a goon.
Yeah, I'll
Who-
be the goon.
Yeah, you just got to go at like. try
Are
and
you
take-
ready to go right into the midsection of Allen Huss?
I'll pick up Coach Mack full court. I'll just start. What if I started talking
I
crap
think
to
that's
Coach
a bad
Mack?
decision.
He's never.
what are you going to do without Kalkbrenner?
Coach Mack. Coach Mack
Kalkbrenner's
has never.
not here to save you.
I'm
Coach
gonna
Mack
Trey
has,
Alexander your ass.
Coach Mack has never seen me. He doesn't even know my name. He probably doesn't even know I exist. I just run his post game show now on where we have the radio show. Can't wait to introduce myself by making a fool playing basketball. That'll be fun.
Awesome. What a great introduction. All right.
He'll respect it.
See you guys later.
No, we won't.
That's a crossover powered by Every
Happy
Level
New Year.
Concrete Repair in Omaha at everylevelconcrete.com. It's Wednesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone. It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
And welcome. It's Wednesday in the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you. Josh, check your document. See what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, please. I was in that dock at 12:30 in the morning.
You were in I saw you in the dock last night because I'm always in the dock.
Yeah.
I saw you in the dock. I see the little J, the little pink J pop up. That's your icon, by the way. What does it look like when I'm in the document?
Yours is green.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm looking at it right now. Looks like you're in the document right now.
I'm in.
So you know what we're talking about.
I do.
You know that we're talking to Robin Washut from Husker Online in just a minute. You know that Mitch Sherman from The Athletic is joining us at 11:30. And you know that I Have an Opinion is coming up at noon today. So
Got many good opinions already?
Yes, we have a few. So send those in. Any way you'd like to get in touch with the show. That's the lineup powered by the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all today. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. How we doing, everybody? Hop in there, mix it up a little bit, and submit your opinions for I Have an Opinion coming up at noon. Also today, Big Ten Power Rankings with Tiers coming up at 1 o'clock. The continued flattening of the Big Ten Conference.
Oh, no.
We're starting to really tier them out.
Where is Penn State after all this?
Great question.
I haven't actually looked yet.
Okay. Well, you'll find out at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. I do still want to talk about the fact that James Franklin got fired. Not like in the Matt Rule way, but like James Franklin got fired. That's crazy. Josh texted me yesterday afternoon. He said, we still haven't talked about the fact that James Franklin got fired. He got fired.
Not, hey, we know you're mad. At the end of the season, we're going to get a new coach. Like, no, we have packed your things. You need to leave. Here's a banker's box.
It's over. It's over. And we still haven't talked about where Luke Fickell is in the disaster, the stages of disaster.
And how much of all of this is Kurt Cignetti's fault?
Oh, okay, good. I like that. Talking Minnesota today. There is a football game this weekend. Very interesting test for Nebraska. College football at large. Maybe we'll have time for a Matt Rule video from today. We will definitely have time for Sharon Moore memes.
The memes are.
Have you seen the memes?
I'm only vaguely aware of the memes.
So Sharon Moore yesterday showed up to the press conference in a mechanic's shirt like this. And he said, hard work. And then the internet did their thing. And they turned him into a variety of different things. Like an astronaut. A fireman.
Oh.
A construction worker. A pilot.
Ooh.
A pirate.
I'm drunk now.
A chef.
I did have 2 eye patches on.
A cowboy.
Stud.
A donkey. Things like that. So yeah, we'll have time for that today on the show. Also, congratulations to Dylan Raiola, who is now a Takis partner.
A Takis partner.
Shout out to Takis. Did you see Dylan's video?
No.
I love Takis. I love Takis.
The children love
Takis. Your son loves Takis.
He loves Takis, but he won't eat them.
He loves the idea of Takis. He likes how Takis make him feel.
He knows they're popular with the kids who do eat the Takis.
Also,
he's very white.
Are we ready for the UConn pink out game? What does it look like when anger and vitriol meet pleasantries and giving and donations?
Boy,
and
I hadn't thought of that.
What happens? What does that emotional cauldron look like on January 31st?
And
or 24th or whatever.
Where's the pink tunnel?
The Dan Hurley tunnel?
Yeah.
I had some people come up to me like at the game last year It's like, did you see that they extended that tunnel? I was like, no, that they didn't extend I mean, they might have like slightly extended the tunnel, but there was a photo going on social media that like they extended it all the way out to the floor so that people wouldn't like throw stuff at him.
Yeah, I saw it.
That was not that was.
I saw the photo, Connor.
It did not exist.
Looked real as hell.
That did not exist. It didn't exist. People were at the game. They could see that it couldn't exist. But anyway,
I saw it on the internet.
very funny. Very, very funny. So we'll see. Coming up in late January. All right. That's a setup for today's show. We are pleased that you could join us today on the Connor Happer Show. We'll be back. We'll chat with Robin Washut from Husker Online. He's chatting and he's chatting.
He's chatting and he's chatting.
Next on 1620 The Zone.
The biggest basketball coaching convention of.
Can work on your skill set while you listen.
What?
You don't want to embarrass. Yeah, I'm talking.
What is going on? Robin, are you okay?
Robin Washut,
Are your kids near you, or what just happened?
Husker Online.
I took a lot of preparation to make this thing a flawless interview, and clearly I still can't avoid it.
Robin Washut, Husker Online.
Maybe it was aliens. Maybe it was a phenomenon that we can't explain.
The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
And we're joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline by our good friend, Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com. Hi, Robin.
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing okay. How are you?
All right, good. So what's the plan for the Twin Cities over the weekend? Where are we going? What are we doing? What could we expect from Steve Sipple? What's going on?
So this time around, we're mixing it up. We're staying in Edina, which is a suburb of Minneapolis. So we're not gonna do the downtown thing, which we've done many times over the years. There's a restaurant that Sean is like risking his whole reputation hyping up. It's called Cove or something like that. And I don't know. He says it's one of the best restaurants he's ever been to. So
Wow.
high praise, high expectations going into that one. We'll see. I'm going in with some speculation, but other than that, nothing crazy. Go to the game, and then we'll do a post game show, and who knows? That'll probably get done at like whatever, like 1,
Yeah.
2, something like that. And then I'm heading to the airport for a 6 a.m. flight out of Minneapolis to get back down to Lincoln in time for the BYU exhibition. So the grind is real this weekend. Got to make sure I'm ready to roll and have all my bases covered on this one.
That's like a 1 o'clock tip, right?
Noon.
Oh man.
Whoa.
That'll be
Yeah.
fun. That's great. That'll really get the juices flowing.
Yeah, so it's because of BYU's travel restrictions. As you know, they can't do anything on Sundays, and so they were adamant about having an earlier tip, and so that's kind of the reason why this thing is such a quick turnaround. Not ideal by any stretch, but it is what it is.
Hey, is there like I don't know, what's the buzz like from your perspective on Nebraska tipping things off on? I mean, they got a really, really good team coming to town with a bunch of talent. What I haven't heard much buzz. Am I just missing the plot here?
Yeah, there's some buzz.
Okay, good.
From the diehards. I think a lot of people are still, generally speaking, and kind of wrapped up in football mode, especially with all the commotion going on this week. So yeah, there probably isn't a lot of attention, and it is an exhibition, but this is a consensus top 10 team that could very easily make its way into the top 5 very quickly with the talent that they have. They have the number 1 player in the 2025 class, AJ Bancia, who could very well be the number 1 overall draft pick in next year's draft. And they've got a bunch of shooters and high-profile offensive players around him, and they're going to score a lot of points. And Nebraska is probably going to score a lot of points. So if nothing else, if you want to see a lot of basketballs go through the basket and a lot of points put up on the scoreboard, this might be one for you, especially in a relatively consequence-free setting.
Yeah, no doubt. Should be fun on Saturday afternoon. Hopefully everything goes smoothly travel-wise for you, and you're able to see basketball Herbie at center court in full action at the appropriate time on Saturday. Let's go to football, where that's the first thing you have to do on Friday night. I mean, we haven't talked about this game for good reason this week, this much, but I just feel like it comes at such an interesting time, not only with all the stuff going on around, but Minnesota is an interesting team. Nebraska is ranked for the first time, and you have this kind of like, this would be a spot in the past where you might say, oh boy, this is a really, really tricky spot, and I expect Nebraska to not show or whatever it might be on Friday night. What kind of Nebraska are you expecting on Friday in Minneapolis?
I think you can look at this situation this week a couple different ways. It can be like a really unfortunate distraction where, you got all this momentum going on your side for the first time in a long time, and now all of a sudden the only thing people want to talk about is whether your coach is going to be here in a couple months. And so you could look at it like, well, this is just going to, derail the momentum and, setting up for a letdown. Or you can look at it the other way, where stuff like this can sometimes galvanize a team, where, all of a sudden they're like, look, you know what? We're playing for, our coach, and we're going to make this season, the most it can be, and, kind of become a rallying point of sorts. And so I think you look at the way the Vegas line is shifting, it seems like the bookies are starting thinking that it's going to be the latter of those two scenarios, where Nebraska comes in locked in, ready to play, while everybody else is talking about everything but this game. maybe the odds makers are saying that Nebraska is going to be ready to roll, ready to make a statement. So I lean more towards the second. Like, I think that Nebraska, with the way that they've won, winning obviously broods confidence, but the way that they've done it, especially in those 3 one-score victories, I think there's a belief internally that, despite what might happen, how the game might twist and turn for the first 3 quarters, when it comes down to crunch time in the fourth quarter, Nebraska believes it's going to make the big play when it matters the most. And you compare that to where they've been for years and years before that, where they go into the fourth quarter in those pressure situations expecting the worst. That's a pretty significant 180. And so that might be the difference in a game like this, where, things, there's going to be some back and forth, and they're probably going to face some adversity once again. But this group, I don't think flinches in those moments nearly the way that maybe it did even a year ago. So that'll be put to the test Friday night in a place you haven't won in a long time, against the coach that's had Nebraska's number for a very long time as well. We'll see kind of what they're all about, but at least to this point, I think that they've proven a lot to people outside the program, but more importantly within their own locker room, that when it comes to those coin flip 50-50 games that come down to the wire, they're the ones that are going to make the play because they've done it.
I found it interesting listening to Dana Holgerson yesterday talk about sort of how the mentality in that Maryland game really shifted, and they really wanted to be aggressive with running the football. And Emmett Johnson, of course, has a career day based off that. Did Nebraska find something there, or was it game specific based on what you heard yesterday?
I think it was a lot to do with the matchup. They exploited Maryland's front, especially those 2 young pass rushers that were causing some problems in the pass game, but they found ways to kind of negate them by running around them with those kind of tight end wham block runs. And so that's kind of become their bread and butter a bit. Now, Minnesota is going to be a bit different. I think they're going to be a lot more physical than Maryland's front was, but there's still, I think, a team that Nebraska can continue that game plan against Minnesota and really any team left on their schedule, because that's got to be part of their identity. When they're able to control the line of scrimmage the way that they did last week, that's been a long time since the offensive line has moved the line of scrimmage the way that they moved it against Maryland. And I think they got to continue to lean into that. For one, it's just, you see what happens when you put too much pressure on Dylan. A lot of times, mistakes happen, and at times maybe tries to do too much or whatever it may be. As much help as they can provide him with a consistent and even better productive running game, the better he's going to be. So I think that that's something that you got to build upon. Like, it can't be a 1 game off, 1 game on thing with how you run the football. That's got to be part of your offensive identity. And I think they tried to save Emmett Johnson, tried not to give him too big of a workload. I think going forward, he's got to have 20, 25 touches minimum per game, just because he's too critical to this offense, and especially that running game, for him to be used sparingly the way that maybe he was in some of these earlier games.
Okay, Robin. Well, we'll let you go. Enjoy your trip. Hopefully everything goes off smoothly, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, if you see me with big bags under my eyes at that exhibition game, that's why. I arrive at like 11 a.m. and I'm Ubering straight to the game. So it's, like I said, we're in full grind.
So, yeah, approach Robin Washut with caution on Saturday.
Could be a little grouchy, but I'll have plenty of caffeine. It'll be fine.
See ya.
See ya.
Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com. Wow. Look at that. That's why you fly the Lincoln Airport.
It'll get you there.
There's directs from Minneapolis to Lincoln. You might be on the tiny baby plane on Delta, but I think you could do it.
I'm
pretty sure that's one of the 2 cities that the Lincoln Airport flies to. I believe it's Minneapolis and Denver.
Wow, I love that you know.
Maybe Chicago. Maybe
that makes sense.
Maybe there's some Houston mixed in there too. I only know that because we did a Lincoln Airport. That was the halftime contest last year at the women's basketball games, and it was like one of 4 cities when they would mix it up. And so, yeah, there you go. So nice job by Robin. I actually do think Nebraska kind of found something there, and I'll tell you more about it a little bit later on, or maybe even when we come back from a break here. But thanks to Robin And we will take that quick timeout. We'll be back on the other side. Mitch Sherman will join us at 11:30. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
Welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Adson with you on a Wednesday. The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. If you haven't yet, be sure to do so. Get your Week 6 4-quarter pick'em picks in. It is open right now, 1620thezone.com. You might be our big winner at the end of the week. Pick them early and pick them right. I'd say right first and then early. But if you're right, you're going to want to make sure you're early.
Yeah, be both if you can.
Yes. But right obviously matters more. So be right and early.
Mm-hmm.
I made my picks for 4-quarter pick'em this week. I haven't seen the standings recently, but I don't believe that I'm in very good shape.
Oh no,
in 4-quarter pick'em.
Sad.
Which says something because I'm like at least three or four games clear of you in picks in our picks.
I got another.
We pick them against the spread. All you have to do is pick a winner.
I got another 7 out of 10 right last week.
Okay,
in 4-quarter pick'em.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was winning a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not tracking things. So get your picks in for 4-quarter pick'em, 1620thezone.com. And of course, subscribe to the 1620 the email to get access to those picks on Monday instead of Tuesday, which is good. Matt Rule, we have some video here that I want to play from. We have some video once I get it into the stream that I wanted to play from Monday on Matt Rule. He was talking about in the line of questions about the Penn State job and all these different things, he mentioned, I think an important point. Although if the result is that he ends up coaching somewhere else, it's probably doesn't end up being what he thought it was. But here's Matt Rule on Monday on this motion, as the kids are calling it. Matt Rule's getting some motion right now.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
He's getting some motion. He's a hot name for a big job.
Good for
right?
him.
Is this a good thing? Let Matt Rule explain.
I think we can be a perennial top of the country, one of the best teams in the country. Now, I told our team, like, this is just part of winning. Like I tell our players, like, if you're a good player, everyone should be hitting you up to go in the portal. Do you think people are calling Ja'Cory Barney right now and saying, hey, why don't you come here and play for us? Hell yeah, they are. You know what I'm saying? Because you're winning. 2 weeks ago, I walked into the team. He'll get mad at me for saying this, but I told our team, 2 weeks ago, I walked into the team meeting before the Michigan State game, and College Game Day was on. It had College Game Day had Husker fans tired of Rule, wish they had Signetti, fire. So now all of a sudden 2 weeks later, people like me. I just, I love my players and I love the fans and I love all of this. Like, this is a great place, and I just want us to be positive about this place and where we're headed. Like, are we better than where we were? I haven't done it as fast as maybe some other people do, but we've done it better than some other people have in the last 2 years too. We're in a good place, and so I just want to keep rolling though, and that's why Troy's so elite.
That's why Troy. The question was about Dan, and I think that's why Troy's so elite. But yeah, that didn't have anything to do with it, I think. But by the way, did you happen to see that moment on College Game Day where it said Nebraska fans tired of Rule, they want Signetti?
Nope.
Now I don't watch all of College Game Day. I don't know what he's talking about though. I don't think that that's much of a talking point around here anymore. I mean, maybe you wondered, how is this Signetti guy winning all these games, and meanwhile our guy, it takes him 3 years. What's the deal? We don't want to. I guess I've heard that before, but not where it would be like, Game Day is talking about it.
A lot of
that type of thing.
A lot of Nebraska fans are Jeff Bridges and Iron Man. Kurt Signetti built it up in a cave with James Madison's scraps.
Bunch of scraps. Kurt Signetti he's in the catbird seat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Turns out what gets you to the catbird seat is just win all of your games. So he's 17-2 right now at Indiana. It's good. One of those was a playoff loss, and the other one was to the best team in the country that won the national championship. So far this year, he is undefeated. But how high will it get him in Big Ten power rankings with tiers today? Find out
TBD
later. Is this a good thing?
This is a great thing.
I believe that Nebraska can parlay this into a really good thing. I believe the motion and the noise this week can like I said, be a come together sort of moment for this team. And I find it interesting that this game is here and now, and there's so many interesting different angles to it. A team that you don't beat very often, a team that you haven't beat in a long time, a coach that you dislike, a short week, and
an outfit you haven't won a lot in.
Coming back from a cross country, halfway across the country road trip, short week, like all that stuff. Nationally televised game. Shout out to Tim Brando. Boy, all I did was tweet out that Tim Brando was doing the game, and all of a sudden my mentions are filled.
Yeah, what was the response?
Pro? It's not good.
Oh, okay.
It's not good. Although there were many people who were interested in listening to the radio, though, which is great. We loved supporting radio.
DB
Kyle
does
and
math.
Damon do a great job.
It's a good bit.
Excellent job. But anyway, can Nebraska, is this a good thing? His main point was I just want us to be positive about this place. This could be a thing. I mean, think about what the I don't know, the way the wind was blowing, the temperature was on Rule 6 days ago. Not that it was hot or anything like that. Not that people wanted him gone, but you just heard a lot more of, man, I don't know.
The line can't block anybody.
Yeah.
Dylan stinks.
We got problems.
Yeah.
We got problems. And then Nebraska wins in a comeback effort over the weekend. Impressively, may I add. I know it doesn't look great on the score, 34-31 against Maryland. You're like, yeah, that doesn't really do anything for me if you're looking for a 40,000 foot view. But I really, really love the way they did it, to make plays at the end and to get a physical run game going and stuff like that. And then Sunday, Franklin gets fired, and Matt Rule immediately becomes a name for that job. And it's like, no. I don't want that. I want to see this thing out. No, not now. It's not the time. And so then you have to emotionally kind of get behind Matt Rule a little bit. That's a positive thing and I think a lot of what he said on Monday was kind of talking to the fan base too, fan base donors, like that collection of people. He was talking to them like, let's be positive about our players. Let's be positive about our situation that we have going on right here, because we have it pretty good, and I think we're a pretty good team. So why not get behind it? And now you have all this outside noise going on, and other people are looking into Rule and the specifics of how he gets things done and all those other things. And you're like, actually, you know what? It is pretty good. It's not bad at all. So I think, of course, Nebraska as a team can try and block out all the noise and say, we're going to do it for us and all that. That can work in a positive way. But also as this kind of this moment for the fan base to bond together, where it was looking pretty fractioned and split there for a moment. It's funny how fast life comes at you, I suppose.
Life does come at you fast.
It does. And we still haven't even talked about James Franklin getting fired. We get an email from the Equitable Bank Zone inbox from John. 2 weeks later is the subject line. Okay. 2 weeks later, and I'm still tired of you. There are still like 10 people who are like, yeah, Penn State, you just fire away. Fire away. Do what you got. You take, if that's the way you want to go, then cool. We'll be better off for it. I don't think that that's the case. I think that Nebraska's in pretty good shape with the leader that they have right now at the front, standing
like
at
it's
the podium.
Going okay.
I think it's going okay. That's not to say that's not to use this as a reason to say everything is growing great and we have to continue down this road. Either way, Nebraska will be fine as a program, in large part because of what Matt Rule has done and how he's affected change inside of the locker room and inside the program at this point. But I think I want to hear from you on this. Like, are you in a no, I just not now, I really want to see this play out situation? Or are you go ahead, take him? Or are you like, no, absolutely, we have to get behind, we have to get all the resources necessary and make it all the attraction in the world to be able to keep this coach? Like, where are you at right now? Of those three options, Josh, which best describes where your brain's at?
I want to see where this goes.
Me too.
I want to see it through its natural progression.
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like when it's completely up and running? Because also, I don't know if you know this, not a lot of year fours in the Matt Rule era anywhere.
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
Just one. At Temple.
I would kind of like to know what happens with time and money and comfortability with everybody.
And I think he wants to know too, for the record. That's why we talked about the investment piece yesterday. Like, they want to see, okay, can we not only jump to this level? I said this at the very beginning of Rule's tenure. Like, I have a fair amount of confidence that Matt Rule is going to get him back to, I don't know, people like to put years on it or just so they could see it. Like, I have a great amount of confidence that Matt Rule can get him back to like the end of the Bo era, right?
Mm-hmm.
Win all the games that you're supposed to win, be just that much better than all of the contemporaries in your conference. But probably when it gets to the, when it gets to nut cutting time against the big dogs, it's going to be difficult. Maybe get some magic together for one night and come up with a big win or something like that. But it's going to be difficult on a consistent level. I have no doubt that Matt Rule can get Nebraska back to that place. And I think he thinks that they're there or approaching that right now. But he also wants to know what else is out there for us. Can we go to the next level? Can we go to that next level? And so, yeah, I do think this could be an altogether really, really, positive experience for Nebraska, so that, as long as they don't lose their coach at the end of it. And then we have to have this whole conversation about what happens next and where do you go and all that. Bill Brasky writes in, put out the poll. Too sportsy, I say, Josh. What are we, unsportsmanlike conduct with gauging the temperature of the fan base?
And I don't want to be. I don't want to get kidnapped and thrown in the Everglades.
Free poll for John and Josh.
Take it. It's yours. Bet you won't, cowards.
Free poll. 3 options. Which best describes your attitude on Matt Rule right now? Option A, take him, Penn State, be my guest. Option B, I would like to see where this goes. Option C, if we don't keep him, we're going to die. That's the poll. It's free. You could probably find it up soon at USC 1620.
We know you're listening.
Not from Happer Show. Michael writes in on the text line.
Hi, Michael.
Crazy no one is talking about that the Huskers could be bowl eligible after Friday.
That's right.
I don't think it's that crazy, Michael. I don't think it's that crazy.
You don't think it should be talked about?
I don't think it
bears.
I don't think it's worth celebrating.
A bowl game.
It's October. Do we celebrate Indiana got the bowl eligibility at 6-0? No. No.
Sorry, I was reading something.
If you're a 9 or 10 win team, which Nebraska fancies itself as a 9 or a 10 win team this year, there's no need to stop and smell the roses in October and say we're bowl eligible. Let's party.
You'd be happier about. Hey,
it's a good thing. It's great that Nebraska's in the position that they're in right now. But just because they're 6-1 doesn't mean anything. They were 5-1 last year.
You'd be happier about beating Minnesota and all your struggles with that.
I think that would be worth celebrating.
Yeah,
that would be worth celebrating.
More than win number 6.
Absolutely. I mean, it will be a part of the headline on Saturday morning in the paper. It'll be like, Nebraska gets to bowl eligibility.
So you were not booking tickets to Vegas today.
Josh, I told you this when we chunked it. We are dangerously approaching all bets are off territory.
Whoa. Okay.
So the option was
a win against USC would be all bets are off.
The option was beat Michigan and be undefeated by this point in the season and all bets are off. Mm-hmm. But if you lose to Michigan, then you're going to have to win the stretch of 4 games that you're in right now. Okay. You are going into the 3rd of 4 games. You are undefeated. Mm-hmm. You are 5-1. You have Minnesota. You have Northwestern with an extra day of rest in between. If you win all 4 of those games with a loss to Michigan, you are 7-1. And at that point, all bets are again off.
Interesting.
All bets are again off.
All bets are off, headed into a blackout with USC.
Oh, yeah.
Ranked on ranked.
That could be at 11 a.m.
AAG in the house.
That would suck. That would be horrible.
I love your hatred of this.
I don't want it to be big noon. I don't want it to be big noon. They have a blackout plan. You can't do blackouts in the daytime.
It's an honor.
It's not fun. It's sure. It's an honor. It's great. It's great for the brand. Everybody watches it. Whatever. It's a huge game. Of course, it's a huge game. Whether we already know it's going to be a huge game, so we played at night. Got to play it at night. And the beautiful looking NBC broadcast.
It would make more sense.
God, that would be fantastic. It'd be beautiful.
Our friend Paul Burmeister. We could have him back on the show.
I don't think he'd be doing that game. I think that'd be a Noah Eagle special. I hope anyway. Here's Headley.
Hi, Headley.
Big noon is the dumbest thing college football has come up with. I agree. I understand it from a business standpoint. I know what they're doing. I know, like, everyone till they're blue in the face will tell you, no, but look at the viewership numbers. Like, it's really, really good. Like, of course it is. It's a great business decision. It's an excellent business decision. You're trying to avoid going up against the big SEC night game.
That's right.
Great idea. Excellent idea. But I don't like it. I like my big college football games played at night. And I don't care who knows it.
Hot take. I need something better than Syracuse Wake Forest at 11 a.m. If it's a Nebraska game, great.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're thinking about this from like a holistic, all day long
Yeah,
standpoint.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the 11 a.m. slate was not very good last week.
Ooh, Central Florida,
Yeah.
Clemson. Ooh,
Then we got down to
whoopity-doo.
2:30, and it got quite a lot better at 2:30. Before we get to Mitch Sherman, wanted to mention this. Dylan Raiola has stepped into a new partnership.
Amigos.
No, that would be
Okay.
funny though.
It would.
Speaking of breaking all the curses, Matt Rule is intent on breaking all the curses and
Yeah.
changing everybody's mind on things. That would be really funny if Dylan Raiola had an Amigos deal. Maybe he does and he just doesn't talk about it. But no, according to his Instagram yesterday, he has partnered with Takis. And there's a video of him spinning around a football, doing various football type of moves on one of the rec fields at Nebraska without any Nebraska logos. He's just wearing a shirt, and he's also wielding a bag of Takis.
Do we need to explain what Takis? Everyone knows what Takis are.
Tell people what
right?
Takis are, Josh.
Oh gosh,
You are a snack fiend. You can better explain Takis than me.
If you don't know what Takis are at this point in your life, you are probably an old, and that's okay. They're the purple bags of spicy chips at the gas station.
Yes.
There's blue Takis. There's bright blue color.
Takis.
Yeah, there's Fuego Lime. You've seen them, even if you've never had them.
Okay.
I don't know if we needed to explain what Takis are, but I wanted everybody to be in on this.
Are they good?
I don't know.
I actually don't either.
For how popular they are, they must be good.
All the kids are walking around eating Takis and
They put them in Lunchables
drinking the water with a skull on it.
Oh yeah.
Or
that's for people who don't want to feel pressured by big alcohol.
Or the energy drinks, the primes or C4s, and
You get your primes, you got your Celsiuses, you got your ghosts.
Every kid you see will have one of those cans in their hands and probably a bag of Takis.
Actually, yeah, you're not far off.
So what a great endorsement for Dylan Raiola to do for Takis. He's cool with the kids. And I like this video that he put out too. I'm watching it right now. He's dropping back. He's spinning around the football. He's sitting on the ground. He's eating his Takis. You could tell he actually likes the Takis because when he sticks his hand into the bag and then he pulls it out, his fingers have his knuckles have Taki dust on them.
Really?
So he's actually eating the
Okay.
Takis, and he's spinning around that football.
Incredible.
He's talking about a variety of different things. So wonder if he'll get a Takis patch on his uniform.
Ooh.
Probably not.
We can put ketchup on these.
But congratulations, Dylan, on your new endorsement deal. Takis. Adidas, Takis.
Okay, now how will certain segments of the audience spin this into being a bad thing?
Oh, I don't think you can. I don't even see a window of opportunity
This
for
is
that,
this
Josh.
is great, right?
Of course.
Now we thought the Jeff Sims Amigos thing was great.
Of course. But I don't think it was the Amigos meal that made him bad. I just think it might have been that way already.
Right, because we've seen him without the Amigos deal over the weekend. Still
had
bad.
turnovers.
Yeah.
Still turnovers. Actually, I don't know if he turned the ball over
He-
this
he
weekend.
didn't.
There you
I
go.
looked.
He was
But-
turning it over at Georgia Tech, though.
But he got that ass beat.
And then he got the Amigos deal. And then he kept turning it over at an astounding rate. It was unbelievable. Black Cat writes in,
Hi, Black Cat.
will he be bringing Takis to the next Bennington Scott volleyball game he attends? Maybe that is a great idea. He could show up with a giant bag of Takis and he dresses up like Santa Claus and he throws all of the Takis out to the children. They would love him. There's no better community outreach that you can do than be a friend of Takis or be Takis Santa Claus. In this case, I believe that's what Dylan Raiola is cooking here. He's trying to get the youths in his corner and in his pocket. And I think he's doing a great job at that. He's going to high school basketball and volleyball games, and he's doing Takis, which is awesome. Taki Santa is a great idea, for the record.
Sounds like a graphic I'm gonna have to make up this afternoon.
Dylan Raiola is Taki Santa,
Santa.
and it's just the bad Santa movie poster.
A loose-fitting beard,
Yeah.
and yeah.
All right, let's take a phone call on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Here is Alan. Hi, Alan. What's up?
So that's actually not Dylan in the video. It's his twin brother Dylon, the evil twin, that throws the interception.
Of course, I
So
should have known.
Yeah, he's the one that does all the advertising and stuff, so Dylan can focus on the game.
I really like this bit, Alan. I'm with you. The evil twin brother thing is good.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay, bye. Thank you. I forgot about that bit. Thank you to Alan for reminding us.
This audience is funny, man.
As long as they enjoy bits. There's only one reason they're probably listening to this show. Yes, it's for the latest sports takes and information, but for the bits.
And the grunting.
Which is coming up tomorrow. Can't wait for that. John emails in.
Hi, John.
I am not a fan of good games starting at 11 a.m. On football Saturdays, I like to get up, have a couple of breakfast beers while I read the pregame articles, and then make a breakfast of bacon, eggs, and potatoes. That makes it difficult to avoid a nap around noon.
Oh, okay.
Great take. A good, hearty breakfast. You'll be on that couch sleeping by noon. And I tell you what, I don't want to go to sleep watching Oregon and USC. I don't want to go to sleep watching Ohio State and the artist formerly known as Penn State. No. I want to go to sleep watching Purdue and Northwestern. That's when it's nappy time.
I get the
And that
logic.
game should be at 11 a.m. on ESPN2, called by Beth Mowens. But it's not anymore. We've ruined college football. We've ruined it. It should be 52 degrees in West Lafayette, overcast, and it should be called by Beth Mowens, but it's not anymore. That game would be on Big Noon now. We love Big Noon.
I don't know if that
Probably
game would
not.
be on Big Noon, but
Probably
I get your point.
Let's take a break. Mitch Sherman will join us next to talk about Takis and a variety of other things coming up on 1620 The Zone.
Who do you want to talk about first?
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic.
He can play. And we need people that can play.
And we'll never be royal. Let me live that fantasy.
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic, on The Connor Happer Show, on 1620 The Zone.
He can play.
All right, joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline by our good friend Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Mitch, good morning. How we doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. All of a sudden, we have to talk about the Minnesota game. I feel woefully underprepared because of all the conversation this week about other things.
Yeah, it's a big one. Nebraska's got a chance for back-to-back road wins, got a chance to win a game as a ranked team, to get bowl eligible, start the second half of the season on a hot note. Lots of stuff at stake Friday night. I do feel like we're a little behind in talking about it, but there's no reason to undersell this game.
Does Nebraska, do you have enough information over the last couple weeks here as they've won close games and pulled away in the fourth quarter or had a game-winning drive against Maryland? Do we have enough information to suggest that Nebraska has, and this is whatever you qualify it as, do they have a bit of an it factor to them? Is there something special going on, or are we still, a wait and see on that situation?
I think there is right now. I mean, I think that can ebb and flow. I think you could fall into a situation where you play a tough November schedule and all of a sudden the narrative flips and the conversation is about how Nebraska's not there yet, but it comes and goes. And right now it looks like that's what Nebraska's got. The fourth quarter stuff is real. It's not like a 1 week flash in the pan. They've played better than their opponents in the fourth quarter in all three of their wins against Power 4 competition. And you could say that Nebraska almost played well enough in the fourth quarter to win against Michigan. The comeback was on for a period of time. So that's something that I think can lead to the idea that there's an X factor that exists, that there's something when you do that in the fourth quarter. Consistency is still not there, obviously, throughout the game, and that's important to making Nebraska a complete team. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking about like special qualities within the roster, like they're getting there. They're showing a lot of signs, and you see players stepping up. You see like the ball being spread around to like you can run through the offense and legitimately like talk for a long time about the number of players who are making plays for Dylan Raiola, and that's refreshing and it's different. It's a reflection of what Holgorsen brings to this program. And then it's the same thing with the leadership. Like it's another guy stepping up, whether it's on the field or in the locker room, seemingly every week. And stuff looks good when they're winning, and you don't notice it when they're losing. But right now they're winning, so it's evident and it's out there.
Detractors will say, well, they were 5-1 last year, and we were. I don't know if we were having similar conversations that, as referencing the one that, I just asked you about, like the it factor or the X factor or whatever it might be. I don't know that we were really talking about that much. We were, it was more questioning what they were to that point. But, that was also true. They were 5-1 last year and were in great position. They're 5-1 now and are in great position.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences between those teams. And I'm actually looking at that on my screen right now as I'm writing about that, the story that'll be out tomorrow on The Athletic, or mid-season report, and like what's different about this group in 2025 than 24. And you remember Nebraska came off of an ugly win against Rutgers and then went to Purdue and just couldn't get it going offensively for most of that game, but found a way to win. So they went to Indiana at 5-1. And so much of it, I agree with Matt Rule when he said this on Monday. So much of what they did last year and the progression of that season was about preparing for the opponent and not like preparing for what you saw on film with the opponent, but for like what the game might look like because of the opponent. And they went into that Indiana game like thinking, is Indiana good? Like, what do we know about Indiana? I hadn't really beaten anybody at that time, and you kind of thought they might be paper tigers, and that was not the case. And then the next week it was about Ohio State and proving people wrong that Nebraska was no good, and they responded to that in a loss. And then the week after that, it was about UCLA and trying to get Nebraska fired up to play a home game against a team that wasn't Ohio State. Earlier in the year, it was all about Colorado and revenge. Like, this team is not going through that roller coaster, so that's a major difference, I think, and it could manifest itself in a positive way over the second half of this year. Like the fact that they're not talking about Minnesota, and other than maybe Emma Johnson, they're not thinking about Minnesota, and like that they've lost the last 5 times there. That's not what this week is about for Nebraska. It probably means that like they've matured as a team and as a program.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely do still have a lot to prove, but they're not talking about what they have to prove. I mean, I feel like that's a difference. I mean, I guess I don't know how to quantify that or exactly what that means, but it does feel different, I think, for that reason.
It's more internal. Like, their goals are more internal. Every team says that it's not about the opponent, it's about us. And then you can watch the way that a season plays out and see if that's really the case. And I don't think that was really the case for Nebraska last year. There was a certain level of success that Nebraska was able to achieve by focusing on a lot of the things that existed on the other sideline. And this year, I think the ceiling is higher because the focus is not there. The focus is on what Nebraska has to do. That's probably part of the growth that you have to undertake in most situations. In most situations of program building, I think this is a natural part of it, and this is the step that Nebraska's at. So you can feel good about that. I think when USC comes into town in 2 weeks, I don't think the focus is going to be on Lincoln Riley. I think it's going to be on Nebraska. Whether the Huskers are 7-1 or 6-2, whatever it is at that time. They're going to be focusing on things within their own locker room.
Hey, speaking of your midseason report, maybe you're writing a little bit about this. If it's quantifiable at all, how much better do you think Nebraska is today than they were before they kicked off in Kansas City in late August?
Well, I mean, at that point they hadn't done anything, so it's hard to say where they were before they played a game.
Okay, that's fair,
maybe you look at it like after the first game,
sure,
like where they've gone from the end of that game to right now. And I think that on the offensive side, they've really found a lot in like the emergence of Isaiah Hunter, with the way that the tight ends are starting to play in big moments. It's not like the tight ends are putting up huge numbers, but you look at the contributions on the last drive, and when Dylan Raiola has to scramble like he did on his touchdown throw to Luke Lindenmeyer, and those guys are there, and like they're making a difference in the offense. And that wasn't the case last year, and it wasn't really the case in the first game of the season. Lindenmeyer had a few catches in that game, but I didn't look at the tight ends as a vital piece of the offense then, and I do now. You see what Nebraska can be as a running game when they're committed to doing it from the outset, and it's not just like a complementary piece of the offense. So from that standpoint, I think they've improved a lot on the offensive side. Defensively, I think they've identified like who the playmakers are in the front seven. We didn't really know going into the season, and right now you can look at it and you can say Williams Winery, Deshaun McCullough, Javen Wright. Like, you're going to depend on those guys to make plays at the line of scrimmage, and if that can maintain, and then they can find a little bit more there as the over the next 6 games, then clearly they're a better team than what they were at the start. And obviously the special teams goes without saying. Like, it's a dramatically improved group from the start of the year to now.
I think one of the questions that we always ask in the offseason is like, how many of your major players or whatever that you're wondering about, do they need to sort of like hit? And we wondered, to varying degrees, I think, about Emmett Johnson, right, who had never really taken on this sort of role before. I definitely was wondering about Lindenmeyer, a guy you just mentioned. He has been, beyond my expectations this year for sure. And then you throw in guys like Hunter. Almost across the board, you could say, the same I think goes for the defensive side. You could say, wow, they hit there and they've gotten better to the point where all those guys are pretty dependable. And I guess we just didn't know if that was going to be the case before the season.
Yeah, right. Among the returnees, like Lindenmeyer and Johnson, and then among the players out of the portal. I mean, where Nebraska was going to have to really hit this year was with the newcomers. And I think through 6 games, you can say that their ratio is better than it's ever been in any season with the portal. Like they now that Elijah Pritchett is in a starting role and seemingly starting to settle in, you have Rocco Spindler, who's been in that job and been reliable all season, and you throw in the likes of Hunter, and Dane Key makes the game-winning catch on Saturday at Maryland. And on the defensive side, it's not just McCullough and Winery, but like in the secondary, they're getting big contributions from Andrew Marshall. Jameer Khan made a huge play on special teams against Michigan State. Like they Marcus Watson Trent has had I think he reemerged, started to reemerge last week at Maryland after kind of wondering where he didn't play against Michigan State. So, not everything's been a home run, but they haven't struck out. They didn't strike out much in the portal, and that needed to be the case for this team for them to take it over the top this year from where Nebraska has been in the past.
All right, Mitch, we'll let you go. Great stuff as always. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.
Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Be on the lookout for the midseason report card, and you can check out his podcast that he's on the internet.
A very good podcast.
A podcast, certainly, among the podcasts. Let's see. Is this real? Let's play the game of Is This Real?
Ooh.
Looks like it. Okay. A report from Yahoo. Billy Napier could be fired as soon as this weekend. According to sources report, his athletic director Scott Strickland met with a handful of influential boosters on Tuesday and was told continuing financial support depends on a, quote, new direction within the football program.
I mean, that could be an article from any of the last 7 weekends, but yes, point taken.
Poor Billy. Back in the dugout, Billy. Billy is going to have a tough time because their schedule is impossible. But they did beat Texas.
They did beat Texas.
People forget that. They beat Texas. They are 2-4 at the moment. They lost to LSU. They lost to Miami. They lost to Texas A&M. All top 5 teams. They beat Texas, and they get Mississippi State this. Oh, their bye week is coming. The dreaded bye week is coming. That could be when you do it. They still have Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee in Florida State to come on the schedule.
Yikes.
Yeah, the two guys with impossible schedules and a grim outlook before the season, Billy Napier and Luke Fickell.
Still gainfully employed.
Well, at the moment, but I don't think either of them are going to make it, Josh. That's my take.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't think either of them are going to make it.
Whatever makes you say that.
The schedule ended up being challenging.
Just a vibes thing.
All right, we'll be back. Josh has the odd news. Don't forget to get your opinions in. I Have an Opinion is coming up in 15 minutes. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show.
Who's pitching tonight?
You Darvish, having a great year.
The Connor Happer Show.
I know about that guy.
On 1620 The Zone.
What a mess.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
It is time for the odd news. Another call to get your opinions in for I Have an Opinion coming up in just a couple minutes. Josh is going to have the odd news, but not before I remind you about, this will be great. I am told that I need to remind you all about Creighton basketball.
Oh, someone told you that?
It's in the thing. It says, talk about Creighton basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Creighton basketball.
What does it say about Creighton basketball?
Creighton's men's basketball team is back. They will be at home on Friday at the CHI Health Center to host Iowa State in an exhibition. And you can listen on 1620 The Zone to our shows this week for your chance to win your way into the game. I believe that would include the Connor Happer show. We have tickies, not Takis, tickies.
Damn. The kids like one of those things.
So there you go. I fulfilled my obligation. I talked about Creighton basketball. It's not even a honk. It can't be a honk if I don't do it willfully. It was against my will.
You did that against your will.
It was against my will. It was against my will.
You didn't want to talk about the number of different lineups we'll see Friday at CHI Health Center Omaha.
Now, if I was infusing my own opinion into these things, then maybe I would say there's a lot of interesting things to watch for in this exhibition game, but I didn't say that.
You didn't want to talk about listen to 1620 The Zone or 1019 The Keg and hear if John Bishop can see anything through the forest of coaches that will be monitoring the sideline.
It didn't tell me to say that.
It didn't.
Josh.
Okay.
It didn't tell me to say that, but you could do that. You could do that.
Interesting.
And you should all season long. Or join the Creighton men's basketball team at the Chai.
Join them?
Join them. Hang out with them.
Oh, like go to the game.
Go to the games. Yeah. And if you want to go to the game on Friday, we got tickets. I do them tomorrow.
Yeah.
I won't be here.
I didn't know if it was like, hey, they got a roster spot open and they're looking for people.
No. They actually don't. They have a full roster.
Very full. So full that I'm not sure everyone's going to play.
No, I can guarantee you that everyone won't play.
Okay, good.
I can tell you that for a fact. Odd news.
Sticking with basketball.
Oh.
Before we talked about it in the crossover, I was going to talk about this Celtics coaches versus Celtics media basketball game that ended with the coaches winning 57-4. 4 points.
4.
After the game, I guess you could call it a game, at the Auerbach Center, Coach Missoula.
Do you remember Red Auerbach, Josh?
I do. Coach Missoula, famous for his love of the town, said, quote, "Don't want to break it to you, but you're not playing against each other. You're playing against the coaches." He surprised them with,
awesome.
Hey, this isn't a media on media game. It's a media on coaches game. And then
awesome.
Beat them down 57-4.
That is awesome. I really love this Joe Missoula guy. I'm dead serious. He is hilarious.
Missoula's staff features former NBA players whose heights are listed at 6'9", 6'7". Also features Missoula's former college teammate, God Shamgod. Missoula played a little ball himself.
I did not know that God Shamgod was a coach on the Celtics.
I didn't either, and I am a fan of those Celtics.
Yeah, but you're not even going to watch them this year, Josh, because you know they're going to stink.
Debating
my Celtics.
Debating the league pass this year. I'm told Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum watched sadly from above.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it says. The media members eventually did play their pickup game against each other. The white team defeated the green team 25-22.
But not before their brains got beaten by the coaches.
That's right.
Excellent job by Joe Missoula. I support this completely.
Hey, next time you want to criticize what I do,
I think there should be more arena. I think there should be more fun. Like it's because it's playful, right? It's fun, playful media shaming.
Okay,
I think this is
I hope
great.
I hope it was playful.
Oh, it's playful.
Was it?
Yeah, as long as you can accept getting smoked, which you should be able to.
Yeah, I'll bet the.
You're right, Josh. They are soft. If you can't handle it, you are soft as hell.
I would agree with that. Yes.
If you can't handle it. That's why I love
Says anything horrible on WEEI today, who would notice?
Nah, just among all the other things.
Other horrible things. Yep. We go to California. Connor, you got to watch out for this. California Highway Patrol stopped a vehicle found to be driving with a fake license plate that had been hand drawn to resemble a real California license plate.
California. Beautiful.
CHP said on social media the officer pulled the vehicle over when he noticed something unusual about the rear license plate.
Did he trace it?
No, it's actually very well drawn, but it's.
Remember tracing?
I do remember tracing. Poll question.
Yeah, I'll get that up.
The problem is that it's not level. Like the numbers on the left are shorter than the numbers on the right. Like the numbers and letters get taller.
Gotcha.
As the license plate goes.
Yeah,
So
same thing with me when I would draw like sports logos in my class when I was bored as doodles. You know, I thought they were really good, and then I pulled it away from my face. I was like, actually, what was I doing?
It's not the right size at
Idiot.
all.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Okay.
And then finally,
Good
we
advice.
stay in California, where also watch out for this. I assume you're going to be eating at restaurants while you are out west in California way. Animal rescuers in California shared security camera stills capturing the moment a foster kitten spiced up her family's dinner, her human family, that is, not her cat family, her human family's dinner with a dead mouse. The SPCA shared photos capturing a home security camera in the foster family's kitchen. It shows the kitten with the dead mouse in its mouth.
Wow.
Climb up the counter, approach a boiling pot of some kind. Maybe they were making soup. And drop the mouse in.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. Miss Wendy was being helpful, the SPCA says.
You know, of course, this could be prevented
by
not having a cat.
Great take by you.
Don't have a cat.
Now, this is a foster cat. This family thought that they were helping.
You're not. Clearly, that cat can fend for itself. It caught a rat. Hey, I got a question.
Departed?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Josh. So, have you ever seen a possum in the daytime?
Boy.
I saw a possum in plain sight this morning when I was driving here.
Whoa.
In somebody's yard in my neighborhood.
I don't recall.
I was like, I don't think I've seen that. Usually they're crawling into sewers at nighttime. Anytime I've ever seen a possum, it's either getting run over.
Yeah.
So I barely see it, or it's popping into and out of a sewer in nighttime. I saw a possum just hanging out like it was, like it was a dog today. It was very odd.
What this was in a neighbor's yard?
It was down the street in my neighborhood. Yeah.
Does this house have a dog, a child, a cat?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hard to tell. It was just a drive-by situation. Okay. Yeah. I didn't stop to investigate. I just made a mental note of it. I'm like, man, I just don't see. It's rare that I get that good of a look at a possum.
Right.
Poll question. It's not to have probably hard to do a poll question, but like, when's the last time you had a really good look at a possum?
You ever get a good look at a possum?
Yeah, it's just hard. It's difficult to do.
Yeah.
By the way, we have received a text from future media team member Jacob Padilla.
Accepting our invite.
God Sham God Jr. is on the Celtics staff. Mr. God Sr. is with the Magic because he left Dallas after the Luka trade because he was triggered. Did you know that there was a God Sham God Jr.?
Did not.
Okay.
Love the info you're giving me.
He's on the Celtics staff.
Now, I'm just going to word for word, the article says 6'7" forward Deshaun Butler, who is Missoula's former college teammate, and God Shamgod. It does not differentiate which God it is.
Different God. Different God. Your God is not my God.
Jacob giving me more information than ESPN.
They're much better at it. Connie comments in on YouTube.
Hi, Connie.
A great observation. On my way to work this morning, there was a big old woodchuck eating apples in the neighbor's driveway.
Whoa.
That is a cool thing to see. A lot of times nature just happens out of sight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to actually see nature, to have nature come to you, it's cool. It's like catching a good look at a possum or a woodchuck eating apples.
The internet says it's completely normal to see a possum out in the daytime.
I don't. Maybe it's just a me thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you, though.
Put the poll question up and we'll find out. Coming back, it's time for I Have an Opinion. Certainly many of you have opinions.
You got them. You might as well share them.
We are back with that after these messages on 1620 The Zone.
He does it the only way he knows how. With his massive sports brain sprinkled with a smidgen of rabble-rousing. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
This is the I Have an Opinion song. Haven't done an intro yet. Need to get on that.
I have an opinion, and by I mean you. All week, I spend my waking hours giving opinions. Opinion me, they say. Now I get to take an hour off, and it's your opinions, or 20 minutes. But, it bleeds into the next segment usually.
There's usually some strays.
Okay. So, what kind of opinions are they sharing today? Did you see my opinion? Did you see my opinion yesterday on I went over to my parents to grab some stuff, and in my closet of my room, my abandoned room, was a black Creighton baseball jersey. And I go, where did I get this? And why do I not wear it every day? I have an opinion. Creighton should do a script black uniform this year.
It doesn't fit you, does it?
It weirdly is an XL. Once again, I don't know where it came from.
Check out this beautiful I found in my closet at my parents' house.
Look at that thing. It smells like hell. That was my opinion yesterday. Now you all have to share yours.
Okay, let's start in the Equitable Bank Zone inbox with Kip.
Hey, Kip.
I have an opinion. Playing catch will always be enjoyable regardless of age.
Wow. Kip, yes.
Plus, it is sort of remarkable when you think about the coordination it takes to accurately throw something. Whether it's playing catch with a ball, throwing a pitch, or a touchdown, or simply tossing someone's keys to them across the room accurately.
I love throwing stuff.
I think it is more impressive than we give it credit for.
Oh my God, I love throwing stuff. My daughter's starting to get triggered at because I keep throwing stuff at her. I just keep testing her and just see what she'll notice. To throw stuff at her. The other day I actually hit her with something and she kind of looked like, stop. She couldn't articulate it, but she was like, stop. All right, stop throwing stuff at me. I'm sure people all throughout my life would just tell me to stop throwing stuff. I can't stop. Once you throw something, you want to chase that feeling again. You want to keep throwing stuff. But most importantly, have somebody else catching it. I was never a big net guy. I didn't like putting stuff into nets, throwing stuff into nets, hitting stuff into nets. It lacks the completion that I crave.
Pull question up at Happer Show. Are you constantly chasing the feeling of throwing stuff?
No, throwing stuff and having someone catch it.
Oh, okay.
That's the big part.
That's the feeling we want.
Travis says, pull question. Do you just keep throwing stuff? Anytime I get the chance, I'm gonna throw it. Anytime I get the chance, I'm gonna throw it. You see me at like a Creighton game or whatever, I got a microphone in my hand, I'm going to be throwing it to myself, flipping it up and down. Gino comes up to me, he says, stop doing that.
Thank you.
And I say, I'm sorry, I can't. But that's how I roll.
I'm a peacock. You got to let me spread my wings.
That's how I roll. And Black Cat says, maybe Kingston will have a catch if you ask nicely. Well, you know what I did last year? When we went to the regional, I said, Coach, I don't care what you say to this, but I'm going to go out and shag balls. And he goes, okay, just stay out of everyone's way. And I said, all right, perfect. I could do it. And then I threw, I caught, I threw. It was great.
Did you stay out of people's way?
Of course I did.
Okay.
I can follow directions, Josh. I'm not, pitchers are out there shagging fly balls. They're not doing anything. So I'm like, let's go.
Look, the difference between you and me, I was at BYU's practice facility this week.
You didn't feel the need to throw anything?
Coach didn't have to tell me to stay out of the way. I knew better.
Exactly, that's the difference. It's that he told me I was going to stay out of the way, but I told him it was happening. I said, this is happening. I brought my glove.
I found a golf cart. I sat there. I ate a Frosty and watched the athlete's athlete.
Yeah, that is definitely the difference between you and I.
Declan chimes in on Twitter.
Hi, Declan.
I have an opinion. Transitioning from an abandoned alley to newly paved and maintained alley has been the best part of city development lately in the Benson-Dundee neighborhood.
Is that what's going on in Benson-Dundee? Benson/Dundee?
A lot of construction. Normally an area that doesn't
They're fixing alleys?
the construction.
Huh. I didn't know that this was happening. That has got to be cool.
It explains a lot
I love
about why one week this street is under construction and the next week it's not, and then the third week it is under construction again.
Yeah. There's just something about a paved alleyway.
Yeah,
for sure. Makes it just feel a lot
I'm
better.
sure it helps the garbage pick up.
Definitely. It just makes it feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really explain it, but good call. I didn't know that was going on in our great neighborhoods.
Congrats. A lot of construction in this town.
Yep. I'm looking at cones right now.
Like a curious amount. Almost as if someone
They're
took
doing
over the head position in this town and said,
wait,
every road needs to get fixed because they told me the roads were bad.
Well,
that's a theory I'm working on.
He should show up in a mechanic's costume and say, that's what we got to do. We just got to get back to work.
Curtis has an opinion.
Hi, Curtis.
I have an opinion. The Nebraska offensive line deserves a lot more credit than it is getting after Maryland, on the tails of a week of local media, present company not included, crapping all over them post Michigan State.
Yeah, I just think I agree. I just think they got they found their edge. I thought there was an edge about Nebraska on Saturday. You know, they found it. They were always halfway decent players.
Just sort of seem to have a confidence about the run game.
Yeah,
They're like, hey, I'm going to block the guy in front of me. He's going to move.
Got a little edge to him.
Yeah.
That's all.
What do you get? I assume.
I have plenty.
Okay.
I have plenty.
I want to make sure those texters get in.
I have texts. I have emails. Let's go to Caleb on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, Caleb.
I have an opinion. I had my tonsils removed a month ago, and with that, I discovered my love for Italian ice. Nick Grimm is just a hater that will not let someone appreciate the little things in life, like a delicious cup of Italian ice.
Almost like he's a contrarian.
Yeah.
I'm told Friday there was a dust up over Italian ice.
Shaved ice.
It's not.
For the record. It's not. It's not at all.
Imagine having so little life experience that you got something like that wrong.
Italian ice is a beautiful, delicious thing, and I think it should be more talked about in the cold dessert community.
Oh, okay. Now, yes, that's something.
That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. You don't really hear a lot of people like,
nobody talks.
You know what I like?
They talk about ice cream. They talk about ice cream sandwiches. They talk about cakes and candies and things like that.
Snow cones,
tiramisu's, and cannolis and stuff like that. No, I want to talk about Italian ice.
Oh, hey, the Kona ice guy was at my kid's school.
Yeah.
Like, no,
those are snow cones.
Mm-hmm.
Italian ice, not snow cones.
No,
delicious. It's the thing that makes it different, the thing that differentiates it, and I think this is consistent amongst my food and beverage preferences. Like most desserts, I don't enjoy as much as other people do because they are too sweet. Italian ice has it's got a little bit of a bite to it, you know? It's not just sweet for the sake of being sweet. Of course it is sweet and sticky and all the other things, but it's not just like a sugar pile that you just jam in there. Mm-hmm. It's got a little bite to it. There's something that makes it different. That's why I sometimes, sometimes I'm asked, which kind of domestic beer do you want? Sometimes I mix it up and go with a Miller Lite. It tastes different.
They do taste different.
It tastes different.
The domestics. You got that right.
Great taste, less filling. Here is Seth.
Hi, Seth.
I have an opinion. Major League Baseball uses far too many baseballs in their games. Their budget for baseballs must be $100,000. Why do they need a new baseball every pitch? I hope they are donating the used baseballs to baseball organizations, youth baseball organizations. Okay, so most of the baseballs that they don't have anymore are occupied by other people. They leave the field of play, and then those people get to keep them. They do. I have thought about this quite a bit. They do have a lot of baseballs. But luckily, they have a baseball factory that they own. They just could mass produce baseballs all the time. And they do donate, too, to youth organizations and things like that. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, Seth, I mean, it's not, they're not like Scrooge McDuck, like diving in the pile of baseballs just so they could say we have the most baseballs. Like they're doing good with their baseballs. That's for sure. There's a lot of baseballs. Don't ever feel bad for taking a baseball from one of the baseball games. That's what I would
steal baseballs.
Here's Bullet Point Bob. I don't
BPB.
know if this is an opinion or not, but he usually bakes one in there somewhere. Conan, exciting news about Raiola getting to endorse Takis. Definitely heading to Costco soon to load up on some game day snack chips. But shouldn't Raiola be thinking bigger, like having his own line of chips instead of endorsing an existing chip company? When Dylon stares down a receiver and completely overlooks the defender standing there and throws the ball anyway, fans could open up a bag of Whoopsies chips. Dylon stands in the pocket for 8 seconds looking for a dump down pass, but gets tackled. Open that bag of Sackies. When Dylon contorts his body unnecessarily and wings a short sidearm pass only to be dropped or tipped in the air for a potential interception, we can all enjoy a bag of Mahomesies extra cheesy chips. What do you think, Josh? Are you interested in any of those chips?
That's pretty well written.
Of course you are, Josh. You love different chips.
I do. I'm looking at the different products that Takis has. Buckin' Ranch. Intense Nacho. Probably could do something with that. Fuego, obviously.
Yep.
Hot Nuts.
Because I spit hot fire.
He spits hot fire.
He does. Yeah, that's what he should do.
Yeah, but he's trying to. Bullet Point Bob says, start your own company.
Oh,
you don't need to join. You're gonna make a different kind.
I mean, we gotta rip off Takis a little bit. They're very popular.
Dylan's already working with them, so yeah, who knows what will come with this next. Jesse writes in on the text line.
Hi, Jesse.
I have an opinion. Bowl eligibility is important, and the kids will play more confident. Let's not wait until week 11. I agree that they should not wait till week 11 to clinch bowl eligibility. I do agree with that.
Now,
please God,
that will calm down the Matt Rule to Penn State rumors.
Maybe, probably. Yeah,
you don't. Yeah, it would.
From the 402.
Hi, 402.
I have an opinion. The most Nebraska thing ever would be for Matt Rule to leave when it seems like he has his foundation in place for the football program to start doing great things. Would that be the most Nebraska thing ever, Josh? I think the most Nebraska thing ever is eating a runza and dipping it in a big vat of ranch.
I didn't have it as detailed as you, but I was like, there's no runza involved. There's no ranch involved. It's not the most Nebraska thing ever.
Can't be. Here's Jed.
Hi, Jed.
I have an opinion. The general public should not be able to buy the same make and model of car as the police department. Tired of tapping my brakes for cars that look like police cars.
Okay. I generally like that opinion.
Here's an opinion. Bring back Crown Vics.
Oh.
Those cars rocked, but everybody had a Crown Vic, you know? Used to be able to tell, like, when a cop was coming up behind you in the dark because you could see, like, the kind of lights that were on there, and you could just kind of see it. You're like, oh, yeah. Now everybody's got a Dodge Charger.
Ford Explorers,
whatever the cop cars are these days.
Yeah.
This is good. You're saying that the police, men and women, should have their own designated type of car so that we don't confuse it for anything else.
That's right.
I don't mind that opinion.
I understand the police would say the exact opposite.
Correct.
But
correct.
I mean, come on, there's more of us than them.
We're just trying to not get pulled over. That's all.
Yeah.
Tom in Cincinnati.
Hi, Tom.
I have an opinion. There is a right way and a very, very wrong way to load the dishwasher. You should be required to get past the first 5 levels of Tetris before you're allowed to load it. I swear to God, I'm about to lose it with my family. You can't just be putting stuff in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Now, sometimes if I'm an idiot, which is a lot of the time, and I've maybe gone a day or two too long before running that dishwasher, I will call my wife in and say, because she's great at Tetris. She's a legitimately great Tetris player. Like, hey, could you help me?
You're
with
saying your
this?
wife is really good at loading the dishwasher, Josh?
I'm saying when the difficulty gets too high, I ask her for help. She's great at.
Why would you go to her?
Packing that back seat so that all of our luggage is in there just the right way.
It's good. I don't need any help loading the dishwasher, Josh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't need any help.
Because you just have your wife do it because you're not home.
Oh, I am home all the time. I'm home all the time. Also, Tom in Cincinnati, demanding a coach to be fired after a handful of bad games is short-sighted and entitled, regardless of whether it's Penn State, Nebraska, or anybody else. Enjoy the next 2 decades of coaching mediocrity carousel, Penn State. It's not a fun ride. In due time, we will find out. Venmo Chris.
Hi, Venmo Chris.
I have an opinion. Tony White kind of blows. And if he were the DC, it would be significantly worse on that side of the ball. I like the little old ball of energy, John Butler.
Interesting.
Would you agree? Tony White sucks. I think John Butler is the right defensive coordinator for what Nebraska is doing right now.
They're different.
I truly believe that. Here's John.
Hi, John.
I have an opinion. A black Creighton baseball jersey would severely trigger John Bishop. Like Nebraska, black is not a Creighton color. Well, John, guess what? Creighton wears black jerseys all the time, actually, in baseball. Just not the script one like I had out of my parents' closet. They got a black jersey with the Creighton, bird logo right there on the chest. They're nice. They're nice.
Does it?
I don't think it triggers John Bishop.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge, anyway. He has other things to be triggered about. From the 402, like Billy O'Connor, by the way.
BOC.
Back in the dugout, Billy. We're going to the ninth. 3. From the 402, I have an opinion. Construction workers that work outside. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, wow. I think we've maybe heard this a lot, actually. Construction workers that work outside should not be able to blare their music all day long in a residential neighborhood. It is a bit.
Good take.
It is a bit distracting, yes. People work from home these days. You don't have the whole neighborhood to yourself anymore. You got to share that space with other people.
Maybe spend less time programming your radio and more time
It's
doing
not about
the
that.
job you're paid to do instead of
People like to work with music.
leaning up against a light pole and drinking a white monster and popping us in.
Put your headphones on or something. I don't know.
AirPods.
Yeah, AirPods. Like on television.
I don't know, just work.
From the 402,
Hi, 402.
I have an opinion. Gelato is greater than Italian ice. Now that is true, but Italian ice is like the worst little cousin. Yeah, exactly. It's more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
From the 402,
Hi, 402.
I have an opinion. Oh, this is Sean. Every time Connor says Major League Baseball, he has to say it in Tom Osborne's voice. Major League Baseball. Okay. I'll accept that deal. I kind of do anyway, because I can't get it out of my head. From the 402.
Hi, 402.
I have an opinion. One of the best things about Halloween is the first bag of candy your significant other buys 2 weeks before the actual holiday, then gets mad at you for opening and eating the whole bag, so you have to get another one.
That's right.
Yeah. Dude, I bought a whole bag of what was I doing? Oh, I remember. I left Lincoln after I did the Cornhusker kickoff, and I stopped at that U-Stop on 84th and Cornhusker, and I was like, I need a snack because I know that young Matt is going to buy me a Jimmy John sandwich, but I need something right now. So I bought a whole bag of high chews, and I ate them all on my drive back.
Great choice, Connor.
I don't think I got the right kind of high chews, because they have different offshoots of high chews. They're like Skittles now.
There's so many high chews.
I love high chews. I don't care who knows it. That's my opinion.
High Chew, the official snack of the Reaver Sports Network. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't. That is great information.
Now, do they pay for a sponsorship? No, we just eat them for good luck.
Eat a lot of high chews.
Yes.
That's cool.
And you have to, we have a rule with our high chews. You have to find them in the gas station
Okay.
on the trip.
Is there another?
You can't
place?
like, okay, I
You
bought
can't
them.
bring them with you?
I brought them on Tuesday and brought them along with us. No, you can't do that.
None of that frivolous special high chews.
No.
Okay.
You gotta find them in the wild.
All right, cool. Here is, it's another one from Seth. A follow-up on his wasting baseballs thing.
Baseball.
I have an opinion. The success of a baseball game should be the equivalent to a round of golf for me. I get through a round with the same golf ball. It was a successful round. Doesn't matter what I shot or how beat to hell it is. The ball and I did it together. What do you think about that? You have to play an entire Major League Baseball game with one baseball. That way, you and the baseball can celebrate together.
I mean,
it'd be fun.
They don't even do that at
They should do that.
the
They should
high
do-
school level.
They should do that instead of like the Field of Dreams game next year. You just do the one baseball game. The one baseball game.
Need that back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fargo, North Dakota. It's our annual one baseball game. Could be fun.
I foresee some problems.
It could be fun. It'd be a little scuffed up. I think there would be some triggered people because all of a sudden pitches would start doing crazy things because the baseball would be scuffed and dented and torn to shreds. It would also be a very long baseball game because you'd have to go fetch it. You'd have to play it in the middle of a giant parking lot somewhere. That way you could, then it would hit the concrete and then it would scuff it more. It's an interesting idea though, Seth. And we may have just found something. We may have just stumbled on something. What if it gets hit in the water? Headley says.
Oh yeah.
You got to go fish it out. Fish it out of the water.
Fling it up in the air a couple times to kind of
you
whip
just
some of
spin it
that
around a
water
little
off.
bit.
Yeah.
Cody.
Hi, Cody.
I have an opinion. Josh Peterson buying McFarter Popeyes for Big Red Overreaction is going to backfire.
Okay.
I don't care about the whole farting thing.
I could. Oh, because of the farting. Okay.
Yeah, because of the farting.
I foresaw like Matt, because Matt touches.
Oh, that's true. He
Matt
is going to
touches
get
the
stuff
microphone a
all
lot.
greasy.
Yeah. Is he going to get the microphone greasy, or is he going to try and do it with his forearms like this for 2.5 hours?
That is true. We're going to have to get him a whole roll of paper towels just for himself, which hilariously, the paper towels have somehow migrated over into Matt's corner right now. So maybe he's just preparing for Saturday.
Okay. As
for
long as he's got something.
Venmo Chris says, high chews are goated. Good take, Kings. Thank you.
Thank you.
From the 402.
Hi, 402.
I have an opinion. If you thread your tweets while live tweeting a football game, you are a jerk. I don't need to see 20 consecutive tweets featuring characters from various television shows and things like that. I didn't read the end of that before I read that, but I understand what you're saying. And I'm not a thread my tweets together guy.
No, generally no.
Unless I'm trying to tell one singular, story and it requires multiple tweets. No, I just pop in there, It can live with all of the other tweets in harmony, in peace. A variety of different takes from the Twitter. Let's see. Tom says Tom in Cincinnati, the Reds resell baseballs with descriptions on what play was used in somewhere around $10 a ball. Yeah, everybody does that now. They resell those in those shops.
You can get Jackie Robinson jerseys dirt cheap there.
Drake says, Jake DeGrassi, I have an opinion. Nebraska will be bowl eligible by halftime on Friday. How will that happen?
You can make PJ Fleck quit. He's never quit anything in his life.
There will be some sort of a lightning storm and the game will be canceled.
Don't you put that mojo on us.
Oh, man. That would be horrible. Big Red Overreaction ending at 4:00 in the morning.
Josh and Matt
the
eating cold
horror.
chicken.
That would be terrible.
Joey would be triggered most of all.
Joey would not be triggered. Joey would have a great attitude because he always does.
He called me handsome today.
Sam says a variety of different things, including, but not limited to,
Okay.
kids these days don't know how easy we had it when it was only Crown Vics for the cop cars. Now it's either a soccer mom and in an Explorer or a cop. They don't. Kids do not understand that. Sam also says, I have an opinion. I want U-Stop in Omaha. I love that popcorn they have at all their locations in Lincoln.
Hello.
Do you know about this?
I didn't know U-Stops had popcorn. No.
Yeah, that's one of. I mean, most gas stations have a popcorn popper, like that you could fetch the popcorn. You could scoop the popcorn out of.
I'm trying to find a good one here in town.
U-Stop does it pretty well.
Okay.
U-Stop does it pretty well. I got to be honest with you. And you could be like John Bishop and have your big U-Stop cup.
That's the dream.
People have loyalty to their gas stations.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt about it. I don't want to be as loyal to Casey's as I am, but it's just so they're just so there. They're just always there.
I'm kind of in a rut. I don't necessarily love
too pervasive in society.
I don't love the change from come and go to Maverick.
Oh, I haven't gone to the QT since that guy got shot.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
you should go.
And by that guy, I mean a Omaha police officer, unfortunately, but I think he's okay. I haven't gone there since. That's my QT. Maybe I should go back.
They miss you, I bet.
They probably
They would love for you to be there.
Curtis follows up on the one baseball game. One baseball per game is a fantastic idea. More playground rules in sports, please. What do you think? Josh, I really want to do the one baseball game.
So
I'm in. This is a great idea from Seth.
I want to see it.
Of course.
It's one of those.
Of course you want to see it. It's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. One of those things that, okay, I'm pretty sure this is going to end poorly, but I do want to see it.
I want to watch everybody complain afterwards. I don't know who
the Max Scherzers of the world.
I don't know what kind of crap this is. Rob Manfred, once again, idiot, and he's trying to make us suffer.
Wow, you just put me in a Savannah Bananas jersey.
It's one game. It's 100 out of 162 games.
A lot of games.
A lot of games. So what if your stats are all messed up for one game? They played games with 200-foot fences in London. That happened. They hit 40 home runs. Why can't we play a one baseball game?
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Thank you, Josh. You just proved my point. One baseball game coming to Major League Baseball soon.
To your city.
Fargo, North Dakota, to be incredibly specific. We got a tweet here from Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Didn't they stop doing one baseball games because guys died? Well, I don't know.
What?
I don't know the history on this. It's possible that the baseballs were doing, a lot of different things and unexpected things, It's also possible that, you tried to fetch the one baseball that you had to use for the baseball game, like from the street, and somebody got hit by a car or something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. That's how I have an opinion. Great job, everybody. Josh is going to slide into somebody's DMs or emails or something like that after the show. And he's going to give somebody something. Steel Panther, Adam Sandler, or Creighton tickets. You could pick. You could pick, Josh.
Why do we have so many things to give away?
We're great at giving stuff away.
Wow.
You know what? Let's give something away right now.
Right now?
Yes. Thank you for playing. Would you like to go to Steel Panther?
Hello.
Steel Panther is awesome. I researched them on Monday. It's Saturday, December 13th at Whiskey Roadhouse inside the Horseshoe. Just call right now and just say really loudly to Josh. First person to do this, say really loudly to Josh, I love Steel Panther. They get to go to Steel Panther.
First person to do
First person to do it. But they have to say, I love Steel Panther.
Okay.
402-951-1620. You get to go. It's at Whiskey Roadhouse on December 13th, 402-951-1620. We're back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, as always, a stray opinion or two. Also, thank you to the fine. You know what? We gave away a couple. The fine folks who called in and said, "I love Steel Panther." They followed directions well.
They did. Jake and Caleb were excellent sports.
Way to go, boys. Well done. You'll enjoy that in December, and you'll have more opportunities to win various tickets to various things still this week. Stray opinion from Chris.
Hi, Chris.
On the Equitable Bank inbox. I have an opinion. There needs to be an explanation for the nicknames related to these callers in texters. Okay? Let's see if we can help. He wants to know the origin stories of Nebraska Ball Mike, Venmo Chris, Mustache Adam, Triggered Mike, and Random Mike. Okay, so I think the Mike thing is relatively self-explanatory. Like, we just needed to...
There's a lot of mics.
We just needed to differentiate the mics. Now, also, keep this in mind. A lot of these people, a couple of these people at least, were already named these things before I got here.
Yeah, we
maybe
didn't...
John and Josh would, and Gary would like do a better job of explaining these to you. Venmo Chris, I believe, is self-anointed, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I
Same
think
with Mustache Adam.
We
right?
asked about that a couple of weeks ago. Same thing with Mustache Adam. Random Mike.
I mean, obviously, he's very random.
Mike, who's random.
Yeah.
Triggered Mike. We gave him Triggered Mike, right?
Oh, hi. How we doing?
I can turn that off for you, Josh. We gave him Triggered Mike because he would call into our show and say, "Hey, Hap, I'm triggered again." Remember that?
Yeah, I don't know if I have that.
Okay, that's what. Well, the board is an ever evolving.
Yeah, it's
thing. So I think that's it. Are there any other famous callers that we should give the background stories to? I do like it's one of my favorite bits in just radio. Mike Schaefer is really good at this. That's how you know it's a radio. He has a radio brain.
Great radio brain.
He'll just like come up with a quick, snappy nickname for whoever calls into the show.
Well, I mean, many people don't tune into a radio show like episode 1 to follow. You dive in somewhere in the middle, and you're like, okay, who are all these characters that they're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great question by Chris.
It's a community.
Mm-hmm.
It's a community.
Everyone in the tent. We want everyone to be caught up on everything.
Jeff says, how could I forget that I had an opinion on I Have an Opinion Wednesday? Unfortunate for you. Also, John writes in.
Hi, John.
Michael Severe gave Random Mike his nickname because he is so random.
Well,
nice job by Michael. El Scorcho wonders.
Hello, El Scorcho, self-appointed Twitter handle.
Are Bad Takes Doug and Old Man Doug two separate people?
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Many Dougs. A lot of Dougs out there. I'll be a Doug. There's Black Doug in Hangover.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't call into our show. There's a variety of different people who don't call into our shows anymore who had nicknames. Damon, I think, was really good at doing the nicknames. We had, I think, Out of Breath Brian called last week. And
yeah.
I don't know how that happened. He must have been super out of breath or something. But whatever you could think of that's like the lowest hanging fruit, like, oh, this guy called in and he told us that he was wearing a hat and his name was Steve. We call him Hat Steve. It's not that creative. It's not that creative when you really think about it. But it is fun. It is fun. See, John says, did you read my opinion on McMaster? Oh, he had an opinion on McMaster. We'd love to read all the opinions, of course. There was one we skipped because somebody sent in an opinion about a sponsor of ours.
A fine sponsor.
A fine sponsor that we're not talking about. It wasn't John, though. No, I didn't read your opinion. I didn't see your opinion about Matt McMaster. I assume it was a very positive one.
How could it not be?
Of course.
Love that kid.
Venmo Chris.
Hi, Venmo Chris.
The origin story on Venmo Chris. I paid Josh Peterson money to stop talking about something one time, and there were too many Chris's, so I went with Venmo Chris. I also learned recently that I apparently graduated with Venmo Chris. We went to high school together, and we are the same age.
Whoa.
Have you heard about this?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, he was like you went to Central in 2010. I'm like, yeah. And it was just like, oh, we're in the same class. It's like amazing. That's how big Omaha Central High School is.
You might never know someone else is there.
100%. 100%. Jake writes in on Twitter right now.
Flaky Jake?
Damon gave me Flaky Jake. Senator John Thune Sucks Nuts writes in.
How did he get that nickname?
On Twitter. My Twitter name is self-explanatory.
I don't get it.
See, like I said, they're all pretty obvious, aren't they? Yeah.
Producer Josh. I'm the producer of the show.
Producer
There's multiple Joshes.
What kind of Connor can I be? I mean, there's different versions, right?
Creighton Connor.
Well, I mean, sometimes, just to use John as an example, sometimes he's horny John. Sometimes he's like, millennial John, lib John. We do a variety. There's a variety of different Johns.
Yeah, whatever you're feeling that day, whatever character you slip into.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much how it goes. It's easy. It's like Sharon Moore, jumping into a variety of different costumes to promote the fact that he is excited about what Michigan's got going on this week. There he is. If you're watching along with us on YouTube with his work blue collar jacket on. He wasn't specific about it being a mechanic's jacket, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, like a mechanic's jacket or like maybe a janitor even. Mm-hmm. He said blue collar, which pretty much shows you how not blue collar he is.
That's right, Connor.
The irony there. And then the internet, of course, uses this as an opportunity to find Pilot Sharon, Pirate Sharon,
2 eye patches,
Chef Sharon,
still wearing the Michigan hat,
Astronaut Sharon,
just a good-looking astronaut,
Fireman Sharon.
Yeah, I could see that being on Chicago Fire.
Construction worker Sharon.
It'll get you through.
Cowboy Sharon.
Why is his arm doing that?
AI, man. Have you ever watched an AI thing? They don't make any sense at all. They're great. And then Donkey Sharon.
Donkey Sharon.
Yeah.
Why donkey?
I wore this donkey head because we're ass, I believe was the caption for that one. So there you go. We all get nicknames for very, very obvious reasons. And they got to hit right, Or I love organic nicknames. I tried to make Tree Man happen last year and it didn't really take, They just called him Ryan. Or Kalk.
I just want to know the inner workings of the Michigan athletics department, because Sharon had to say to someone, a low-level assistant, I imagine, get me one of those mechanics jackets.
I mean, they're kind of cool.
And someone and then
I want a shirt that says my name in cursive on it with a little patch. I think
someone
those are
had
cool.
to make that.
Somebody had to make it for
I'm guessing you don't go to the name tag store and there's a lot of Sharons on the shelf.
No, he doesn't have to go to DiGiorgio's to get he could just go into the equipment room. It's like, hey, could you put this together on a jacket for me? It'll be done in 5 minutes. Of course.
It'll be a great bit.
It's a Jumpman Sharon jacket. That's why I wore this today. Because we're blue collar. Of course you are, Sharon. Of course you are. And I wish you good luck. Don't forget.
Who do they got?
Speaking of Michigan. Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, Josh.
Oh.
You'll find out in Big Ten Power Rankings with Tiers this week.
I will.
Both who they played last week, where they're ranked, and who they play this week.
That's got to be coming up soon.
I'll give you a clue. It's a West Coast team. They just lost to a West Coast team last week.
Yeah.
We'll be back. One more segment before Big Ten Power Rankings with Tiers. After this on 1620 The Zone.
After further review, the host is deemed to be out of bounds. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes. on 1620. The Zone.
Is your concrete cracked or uneven? Hey everyone, Coach Greg McDermott here to explain why you should choose Everlevel Concrete Repair. Many people think they need to replace broken concrete.
You remember when the Big 12 did their tweet yesterday to Brett Venables? Josh is currently doing that to the NJCAA.
Well, look, if they do stupid things, the media needs to call them on it.
Josh is mad because they said the Iowa Central punter won punter of the week, but it was actually the Iowa Western punter.
He's clearly wearing an Iowa Western shirt. He's wearing the same shirt as me.
He actually is. Triggered.
It's right there in the picture. Also,
you stats guys got to calm down.
Also, hey, this Garden City guy's defensive player of the week. He had 2 interceptions and a pick 6. Iowa Western had a guy with 3 interceptions and a pick 6.
That is egregious, Josh.
Iowa Western's guy had 12 more tackles than this bum.
Egregious. You know,
I think you're just humoring me, but thank you.
No. Because I was thinking a couple weeks ago how difficult it is to win like Big Ten Player of the Week and anything. There's 100 teams.
Yeah.
And you either get offensive, defensive, or special teams Player of the Week. Nebraska's only had one, and it was I think Singleton or something. Somebody won special teams Player of the Week like already this year, and that's it. It's been 7 weeks of the season. It's very difficult, Josh. You better have a really good day. I'd say 3 picks and 1 pick six is worthy.
And okay, maybe a lot of people had interceptions Saturday. Josh, this guy had 3 interceptions. Dax Knowles is his name. You could get him now.
Say my name.
Dax Knowles.
It's Dax Knowles.
Go recruit him. 18 tackles, 3 interceptions, and a touchdown. I'll put that up against anyone's Saturday.
Damn right, Josh. Damn right. All right. So this was kind of turning into our Caitlin Clark of the week this week. We're actually going to get to it now.
We're getting to the Caitlin Clark thing?
No.
Right now?
Not the Caitlin Clark thing. Our Caitlin Clark of the week.
Oh, okay.
Our Caitlin Clark of the week, which was the topic that we just couldn't find time to talk about for some reason because other stuff happened. And in this case, it makes sense, but it's also related to this original story. Do you think that Penn State should have fired James Franklin? Because I don't.
They must have hated him.
Like
they must have been sick.
That was
him.
crazy. We've moved on to the next thing because that's what we do really fast. And obviously there's a local angle to it now. But that's crazy.
Should they have fired him at the end of the year? Yes, absolutely.
Probably. But it's possible that Aller's gone and whatever, but it's possible that they get off the mat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go to the playoff. It's a huge disappointment. You kind of set up coming into the year like this is boom or bust, basically. You better do something,
Absolutely.
But so I guess I get it from the perspective of all your hopes and dreams were dashed after you lost your 3rd game. And they're not going to the playoff. But I don't know, man. That's a long time to be there and be successful, pretty much exclusively successful, to just get run out after a 3-game losing streak. It's still wild to me. I don't know if they should have done that. I can't tell you for sure that was the right move. I guess time will tell. And I also don't know what the advantage would be to keep him there. He's a dead man walking either way.
It's just to shut your fans up.
And
right?
so, I guess you just say, okay, that's it.
And there's too much season left to say, hey, just want to put out a statement at the end of the year, James Franklin and Penn State will be parting. There's too much season left to do letting you know he's gone.
It brings up, so Frost got fired in early September after 3 games, right?
Did.
So I would tell you that looking back on it, and maybe we knew this in the moment, Nebraska was 1 foot in and 1 foot out on Frost in 22. They should have fired him in 21. It was a split decision, and they ran it back half-assedly, right? They brought in this new staff, and it was never going to work. Were they half out? Were they 1 foot in, 1 foot out on James Franklin after getting the college football playoff semifinal last year? Because there's no way.
Okay.
Because Pat Kraft said it yesterday or on Monday. He said, this is not a 3-game decision. Were they already half in, half out on him? Were they already oh God, I just don't know. And it's the second that it goes bad, we're pouncing and it's over. That's why they fired Frost when they did. The right move would have been to fire him after 21. But of course, you can't fire a coach after they get to the college football playoff semifinal.
Yeah.
So you're in a pretty tricky spot. But that's all this tells me. They were They were never. I mean, we've been having a conversation about Franklin's job status for years now. It just never felt like they were full in on him. They've been through multiple athletic directors
I
at
hadn't
this
thought
point.
of that.
It just never felt like they were really in on him. That's the only conclusion that I could have.
You're right. We do. He's flirted with other jobs. They've seemingly flirted with other coaches. Like,
yeah, I don't know. They must not have been. It's still crazy though. It's still crazy how fast that happened.
Yeah.
And once again, I can't tell you for sure that it was the right move. Alex and Lincoln writes it on the text
Hi,
line.
Alex.
Scott Frost, handshake meme, James Franklin. That's right. They have that in common. Their bosses were only tepidly interested in having them as the coach. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Trev will come out afterward. Trev couldn't hide his emotions on Frost, but he'd come out and say the right things afterward. He's a great man. He loves Nebraska. Nebraska loves him. All that stuff. I don't know why Trev had an accent there. Pat Kraft said the same thing, except for he'll talk faster because he's an East Coaster. And, James, he's a Penn Stater. We love him. We always appreciate him. But
they sent out a thank you graphic.
As Josh would say in his hype speech, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. That's kind of how it felt to me. They were just never in.
Then why do a thank you graphic?
I don't know. I got an email here from Adam. He says, I think it's crazy that Penn State fired Franklin. He's a top 5 coach in college football. Or alternatively, name 5 better coaches that have been as consistent as he has been over the last 10 plus years. His record is really good. Them firing him would be akin to Nebraska firing Osborne in the late 80s and early 90s because T.O. couldn't get over the hump. It's crazy what they did, and I think they're going to regret it. Look at it in the opposite. Franklin will be one of the most coveted coaches in this upcoming hiring cycle. If Rule left for Penn State, I'd kill for Nebraska to hire Franklin, and I'd feel like we upgraded. Brings up an interesting point. I think people are going to look at Franklin and they're going to say, yeah, I think we could get an upgrade here. I think we could, this would be good for us, but also what's the deal? Was it just something that didn't click with Penn State? He was there for 9 years. Was it just something that didn't click amidst all the winning? They just won and won and won and won. All they did was win.
So, I mean, I'm sure you know this. The reports are he was not good at the
right.
Hi, how you doing? I'm James Franklin.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to this.
The one thing
mixer.
The one thing that he did was he looked like Keegan Michael Key.
He did.
That was like the only time I ever saw him having fun.
Okay, yeah. He was very bad at.
I think he probably takes himself a little bit seriously, and
I could see that.
So people are gonna, have to figure out if that's a good fit or whatever. But it's worth talking about, and I'm sad that we haven't talked about it to this point because it's fascinating to me, and I think it gives you a clue as to what Pat Kraft and Penn State is looking for next. Because oftentimes you end up overcorrecting. What did the previous coach lack? Why weren't we able to get there?
Mm-hmm.
And we are looking for those specific qualities in our next coach.
Someone who can perform brain surgery.
I can think of one guy who has some of the qualities that James Franklin lacks. That's for sure. Or appeared to have lacked. So
can't wait for him to coach the Tennessee Titans next season. Let's go, James. I'll take 8-9. I'll take a coach who can't win the big one. That's fine.
LH says Franklin's personality would not jive in this state. Yeah, I don't think that Franklin would be a particularly good fit here either.
Right.
But maybe he would be the right guy at the right time. I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a break. Big Ten Power Rankings with tears. We'll have that. We continue on this discussion because I also want to talk about Luke Fickell, and we'll do that after Big Ten Power Rankings with tears. Next on 1620 The Zone. right, welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Odzowak with you on the Connor Happer Show at 1620 The Zone, 1620thezone.com. Blur party passes. We want to party with you.
You can.
Neil, we want to party with you. Go to 1620thezone.com. Enter for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Blur Party tailgate for the Northwestern game next Saturday.
People forget about Northwestern.
They do, because once you win one, you got to win another one
That's
after
right.
that. That's the whole deal. Big Ten power rankings with tears, Josh. Many have risen and many have fallen.
Some have fallen further than others.
We have never seen this drastic of a 2-week drop in the history of Big Ten power rankings with tiers.
Wow.
But how far did Penn State go?
History happens here.
We know they were going into the Oregon game at 2.
2.
I think, well, actually, I can check that right now.
Yeah, because you log yours. I don't.
I do. I try to keep track.
You're more of a, as I'm like a fire hose. I'm just like
A garden hose?
all over the place.
I'm not a garden hose, Josh.
No.
You're a garden hose. Garden hose doesn't sound as cool as a fire hose.
Well, fire hose is spraying water everywhere with no regard for anything.
Okay, going into the Oregon game, Penn State was 3.
3.
So I had them at 3. Where will they land here? Well, stay tuned, and you might have to stay tuned for a few more minutes.
Oh, no.
Natty or bust is tier number 1. Ohio State, number 1. They're 6-0. They're 3-0 in the league. They're the number 1 team in the country. They beat Illinois 34-16. Ha ha! On Saturday. And guess where they get to go play a football game this week?
I don't know.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, no.
Spoiler alert for later. I believe this is the first ever matchup between number 1 and number 18 in the Big Ten.
Whoa, really?
Wisconsin sucks, and they're going to get drilled by Ohio State.
Fickle's last stand?
I don't know. It's not, I don't think he's got a stand left in him. Iowa beat the brains out of him on Saturday.
They didn't score.
Yeah, so they're last. We'll talk about that later. Number 2 is Indiana.
Wow, how much does that hurt you, Connor?
Not at all, Josh.
Not at all.
I have admitted defeat. It doesn't hurt. I have accepted it.
The Sigs man can't hurt you
Indiana
anymore.
might win a national championship, and I'll just have to eat it.
I mean, you don't want that to happen. We need to talk about that.
I absolutely don't want that to happen. But I won't be pained by it because I've accepted. I've moved into that stage of my relationship with Indiana.
Okay.
Acceptance. Number 2, Indiana. They are number 3 in the country. They're 6-0. They're 3-0. They beat Oregon by 10. They're up 1 in the rankings, and they get the great pleasure of playing Michigan State this week. Indiana is going to be 7-0. Get ready to tell your friends about it. I'm going to keep Oregon in the top tier here, even though obviously they dropped behind Indiana. So they're here at 3. Number 8 in the country, 5-1, 2-1, lost to Indiana. And they go to Rutgers.
Long trip.
Did you know that Oregon goes to Rutgers this week?
Didn't know that at all.
Do you know anything about any slates, Josh?
No, I really don't.
Great. That's why Grunt the Slate works.
It does.
That's why it's so good.
I just keep myself in the dark.
Tier number 2, still in the mix for the playoff. Still in the mix. This is the artist formerly known as the top of the middle.
Oh,
right.
Before you go on here, I want to be crystal clear with the audience about this tier.
What?
This is in the mix. Don't come back to us on Tuesday or whatever and say, well, Connor said this team would be in the playoff.
They said they're in the mix. They're currently in the mix.
In the mix.
Right now, they're eligible to make the playoff.
Yeah, not eliminated. Go on.
Many teams in a tier below them, they have no chance to go to the playoff.
Penn State.
Nebraska is in this tier, for the record. USC is number 4. I'm high on USC. I get a little USC situation going on right now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm liking me some USC. 5-1, 3-1 in the league with that loss to Illinois. A game that they had a chance to win. They're number 20 in the country. They beat Michigan soundly and resoundly on Saturday night in LA.
Scott Wolf would disagree with you.
They're up 4 spots in this week's Big Ten Power Rankings with tears, but it could all come crashing down. They'll go to South Bend, Indiana on Saturday night.
They're dirty cheaters over there in LA.
They're cheating?
They're cheating.
What are they doing?
They didn't put a guy on the roster.
Oh, yeah.
The Ross playing with the
I saw the
injury
fine
report.
was like $8 or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice. That'll teach them. I think it was probably just a clerical, an oversight, if you will.
Sure.
USC is number 4. Back to the West Coast. Washington is number 5. They are receiving votes in this week's AP poll. They're 5-1, 2-1, 1 loss to Ohio State. Pretty good.
They should probably be ranked.
They beat Rutgers. Their quarterback is incredible. He has like 500 all-purpose yards a game. And this is a big game this week because you were wondering where the Michigan Wolverines were what they were gonna do with Sharon Moore in his jacket this week.
Yeah.
They welcome Washington to town.
Oh,
this is a fun game.
Yeah.
This is a good game in the Big Ten.
When's that game on? What time? What channel?
I think it's the 2:30 CBS.
That would make
situation.
sense. That fits.
Josh is wondering out loud about the slates. Nope, it's big noon, actually.
Oh, okay. Big noon.
Big noon.
Wow, big noon.
Was that what Gus Johnson's video was about this week?
It was about the Ohio State defense.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Patricia's Magicians or whatever it was.
They're math patricians.
Math patricians. All right, you guys can play that tomorrow.
2:30 CBS is Ohio State, Wisconsin.
Number 6, Nebraska. Number 25 in this week's AP poll. Welcome back. 5-1, 2-1 in the league. 1 loss to the Michigan Wolverines. They beat Maryland this week, 34-31. They go to Minnesota on Friday night. Number 7 is Michigan. But Connor, if only there was a way where we could tell who was better between Michigan and Nebraska. They played each other and Michigan won. How could you rank them behind Nebraska? Guess what? You guys are idiots once again. I will repeat this. This is a snapshot in time. Okay? This is not a who would beat who. This is a snapshot in time. So Michigan's number 7. They're 4-2, 2-1 in the league. 2 losses to Oklahoma and USC. They lost this past weekend, 31-13. They're down 3 spots in the rankings, and they get Washington at home. And Illinois rounds out this category at 5-2. They go down 1 spot, and they are the one Big Ten team on a bye this week. Bye-bye. Take a week off, Illinois. On to this category. Dangerous. All right, so these are dangerous teams, and there's varying levels of danger here, but each of these teams could jump up a category and beat somebody. Iowa. They lead off this category. Looking very Iowan against Wisconsin this past week. 37-0. They're up 2 spots. They get Penn State at home this week. What's that look?
That's got to look like a fastball being grooved to you. Like
we have a team that is like wounded.
Yeah.
They're crawling on the ground. Iowa's never loved anything more.
Yeah.
Number 10 is Maryland. 4-2, 1-2. They go to UCLA this weekend.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is. Number 11 is Minnesota. They beat Purdue 27-20. They're up a spot.
Who do they play?
Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Tim Brando, on Friday night. Look who we have here in the dangerous category. UC LA. 2-4. 2-1 in the league. They beat Michigan State once again soundly on Saturday. They're up 2 more spots after beating Penn State the previous week, and they get Maryland at home this weekend. UCLA, they're dangerous. You don't want to play tiny baby Neuheisel at this moment.
I really don't. Did you know he's not the head coach of the Bruins?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Many people, for some reason, asking that question online.
I saw a video with him recorded before the season, and they asked him, like, it was one of those tiny Mike TikTok videos or whatever.
Hell yeah.
They were like, "What's your dream job?" And he said, "I want to be the head coach at UCLA." I was like, wow, that's going to come up at some point. Interesting. Number 13, dangerous, still dangerous. Northwestern.
Dangerous?
Dangerous. 4-2, 2-1 in the league. They beat Penn State. They're up 5 spots and they get Purdue this weekend. Get ready to tell your friends and family about 5-2 Northwestern.
Whoa. That's Nebraska's next opponent.
It is dangerous indeed. And now we go to varying stages of dumpsters.
Oh.
Varying stages of dumpsters.
Okay.
Starting with number 14, Penn State.
Dumpster.
Big dumpster.
What kind of dumpster?
The biggest possible dumpster.
Okay.
Like expectations wise, right? There's no bigger dumpster. They're now 0-3 in the Big Ten. Their wildest dreams have been dashed. They have dropped 11 spots in 2 weeks in Big Ten power rankings with tears.
Has that ever happened
It's
before?
never been done before. And they have a trip to Kinnick Stadium on Saturday. Good luck. Good luck with an interim coach. Number 15 is Rutgers. I don't actually think that they're that much of a dumpster. That their schedule has just been a little bit difficult. They're 0-3 in the league. They got beat by Washington on Friday. And unfortunately, the fun doesn't end there for Rutgers. They get Oregon at home this weekend. Things went off the rails fast for number 16, Michigan State. Is Jonathan Smith the next Big Ten coach to be fired?
There's going to be many.
They don't like him very much.
Seems that way.
They're 0-3 in the league. They lost to UCLA bad at home. They're down 3 spots, and they get the great gift of going to Bloomington, Indiana this weekend.
Football powerhouse.
It's going to be pain. Number 17 is Purdue. 2-4, 0-3 in the league. Lost to Minnesota. They go to Northwestern. And then number 18, Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness. The worst team in the Big Ten. Actually, I'm not just doing this for show. It's actually Wisconsin. 2-4, 0-3 in the league. Lost 37-0 to Iowa. And once again, all these wounded teams, they get the most difficult competition this week. It's hilarious. They play Ohio State on Saturday.
Drilled.
Tough times. Yeah, they're going to get smoked.
And that's from an offense that isn't great. Like
you talk about Ohio State.
They have great players, but they do not score a lot of points. They are not like those old Oregon teams that just hung 70 at will.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wisconsin, bad. Bad. Worst team in the league. That's Big Ten power rankings with tears, which I keep track of every single week.
26.5, Ohio State over Wisconsin.
That seems about right. I was actually thinking as you were saying that in my head, I was thinking like, I don't know, probably like 28-0, something like that.
Can Wisconsin
It's 31-3
score and cover?
What if Wisconsin did the sad field goal at the end of the game like Nebraska did against Oklahoma? That'd be fun.
They would stop him on the field and be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Fickle.
We don't do sad field goals here.
You're fired."
All right. We will come back. Still more to discuss. Yes, we could talk about Luke Fickle if you'd like. And plenty more coming up on 1620 The Zone. Here is a video that Josh Odson would appreciate.
Oh no, is it a video rendering?
No, it's not a rendering at all.
Okay.
It's not. I don't believe it to be AI. Let me check. No, I don't believe it to be AI. Okay. So we're gonna go as if this is real, although, it's hard to tell these days. Okay. I have just seen a video of the Pope, our Pope, our American Pope.
Okay, where are you going with this?
The Pope was in his Pope-mobile, poping down the street.
Now we're talking about the actual Pope,
Yes.
not Mike Francesa.
Pope Leo the 14th. Leo, whatever, the 14th. No, this is the Pope, not the Pope. The Pope. Poping around, and in the back of his car, he's in the Pope-mobile, he's waving at people. And somebody from the crowd shouted at the Pope in English, "Go Cubs."
Oh.
Go Cubs.
Now this is a South Side Pope, yes?
Correct.
Okay.
To which he said, clearly,
bleep him.
He said, "Han Perdido, they lost."
Whoa.
He said in English, "They lost." Josh Odson, handshake meme, the Pope.
Whoa,
When the Cubs lose, they get happy.
Okay, no. They do some segment of the Cubs population enjoys being sad sacks. Yes, I agree with the Pope in that
They probably
regard.
enjoyed getting yelled at by the Pope. They lost.
But Leo, my Cubbies.
What a video. What a video. This is great.
What would you do if the Pope was
If the Pope was
talking
trashing your team? He's from Chicago.
What do you
too,
do?
Which is hilarious.
You can't.
There's nothing you could do.
You can't even say to the Pope, "Well, you're a White Sox fan. The White Sox are the worst team in the history of the sport." Like, you can't talk to the Pope that way.
Yeah, there's not enough time. It's drive-by. It's a drive-by situation. Like, you don't have time to engage.
Yeah,
with
you're
the
not having
Pope, but-
conversations.
no,
It's
you
just-
can't really
yeah,
get out.
uh-huh.
It's just like, if he comes up with a good clip, like, I'm scared he's going to say something about Creighton. I'm scared. Somebody's honking.
Hello to you too.
Right at the time I said Creighton.
Hmm.
Somebody's going to go to the Vatican and say, "Roll Jays," and he's going to say, "Han Perdido, they lost. Eric Dixon still exists."
That's a dilemma.
That would be tough.
Always.
Dave writes in,
"Hi, Dave.
Thinking about converting for the Cubs hatred. It is now an officially recognized thing in the Catholic religion to make fun of the Cubs."
It's canon.
And Dave follows up. He says, "If the Pope trashes Creighton, I'm definitely converting."
Large. Hey, Ray, we're doing numbers in Lincoln. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm just telling you, numbers
We got
are
all
up.
these new conversions. This is excellent. The Archdiocese of Lincoln thanks you. All because the Pope said Creighton lost. Wow. Josh, you got to be incredibly happy right now. Incredibly happy.
Good move, Pope.
Good move by the Pope. Why are you so tepid with your support for the Pope?
Because in 5 years, that might come back to bite me in the butt. So I don't want to put my arms around the Pope.
Okay. You're saying, what if the Pope does something bad?
Yeah.
What if anybody does something bad, Josh?
Exactly.
You love
Yeah, you don't know anyone I love. You know everyone that I hate.
God, you're right. Who do you love, Josh? What do you love? What do you love, man?
I love Scotch. I love Baxter here.
What do you What do you love?
What do you love?
Josh, it's a real question. What do you love anybody? Do you love a sports person?
I love my wife.
Yes, of course.
I love my son.
Of course.
I love Freddie Freeman.
What if Freddie Freeman does something bad?
I don't think he would.
So you think Freddie Freeman is less likely to do something bad than the Pope?
Yes.
Okay. History might suggest that's true.
Freddie Freeman doesn't have a lot of people working underneath him that he can't control.
Oh, what if it came out that Freddie Freeman was just like an all-time bad guy? Like you didn't think Ellen DeGeneres was going to be bad.
That's
probably.
true. That's true.
She seemed cool until she wasn't.
We had Ellen things in our house, and we were like, "What do we do with this?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you got burned. Ellen burned you.
My wife had a hoodie. I believe there was some mugs or something, and we're like, "What do we do?" And we're like, "Well, it's still a good sweatshirt. It's still a good mug."
It's a funnier story now. Why do you have an Ellen DeGeneres mug? Isn't she like the worst person?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. That's a great point. I didn't really think about what Josh loves. He's tepid about walking into things that he enjoys simply because he's worried that they're going to get canceled later. All-time lib behavior from Josh. All-time stuff. Let's see. Aaron. No. Oh, here's a good question. We can talk about Luke Fickell here. Serious question. Who was a bigger failure who was expected to be good and was a great get, but it was a disaster? Fickell or Frost?
It's
Frost.
I think so.
It's Frost.
I mean, Frost was the candidate of the cycle, yes?
Yes. The belle of the ball.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that Fickell...
The pick of the litter,
Fickell was certainly coveted.
And
but
we got the pick of the litter.
Yeah. Wasn't just cheesesteaks.
It's Frost. It's definitely Frost. I don't think Fickell was like supposed to... I don't know what people thought up there.
I guess I am a little surprised.
It was supposed to work, that's for sure. But they're all supposed to work.
It isn't like this national disaster that I kind of thought it would be. It's more
Wisconsin.
It's more of people forgetting Wisconsin football exists.
Oh, I expected this all the way.
No, I expected this, but I expected like, hey, welcome to College Game Day. Have you noticed that Wisconsin sucks?
I knew
we're not getting that.
I knew that once Wisconsin fell off, nobody would care about Wisconsin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have said that. Now that I think about it,
nobody would care about Wisconsin. It's like Wisconsin is a they turned themselves into a thing. Mostly obviously everything is at the expense of everybody else, but I would say in a large part because of everybody else around them, and what they weren't able to do. They won a lot of games. They had a great ride. It's over. They're toast. And nobody cares about them anymore. I saw a story from old friend of the show, Jim Polzine of Badger Extra there in Madison. Here is the tweet that he teased the story with. About all Wisconsin could do now is cherish the past. But even that's sad, because it's a reminder of how far this Badgers program has fallen. My column from last night, where the road back to respectability will be long and expensive. That was after a game. That wasn't like, hey, let's just stop and take stock in the middle of the week here on the offseason. That was after the game. It's like, it is over. It's called hopelessness. Have you ever heard of it?
That was a gamer.
Yep. Tough times in Wisconsin. They have now, so I mentioned this earlier in the week, but I saw a clip from Fickell's press conference after they lost to Iowa, and he had that look on his face. Everybody knows the look because we've seen it here from at least 3 different coaches. They got beat bad, so they're shell-shocked by that.
Mm-hmm.
But they also don't know how. They genuinely don't know how or why it happened. I thought we had a good week of prep. I thought we had but he just had that. It was all
had answers.
It was all over his face,
and
he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know." And then he said, it was rock bottom, and I'm like, "Uh-oh." It's amazing. We talked about this several weeks ago. It's just hitting every single note of what happens when a great program falls. Now, unfortunately for Nebraska, theirs happened over a long and slow and arduous period of time. Theirs was way drug out. Like, I'd almost rather go out this way. Wisconsin got the guillotine. You know? Nebraska got like something, they got waterboarded for a little while, and then, you know, it was never really clear when they hit rock bottom. It was never really clear when they got their head chopped off.
Okay.
It was just, and then at a certain point it turns, and then you're kind of on your way back up. And I think most people feel like they're there right now. But that lasted more than a decade. Wisconsin's has lasted basically, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. But it ain't getting better anytime soon, because it's going to be really difficult to figure this out in this period of time with the amount of support that Wisconsin doesn't have, you know, for its program. And I don't know what the answer is in terms of style and all of those things. It's not, you know, it ain't going to be fun. And Luke Fickell is certainly not going to be the guy who's going to be able to do it.
That's going to be a long, slow climb. If
they figure it out.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if they will. But it's wild to see the coaches have the same reactions that we've seen Nebraska coaches have, the players. Like, they lost to Iowa the same way Nebraska lost to Iowa at the end of whatever coaching regime you want to talk about, except for Post, because he didn't lose to Iowa at the end. But it was like, what? How did that just happen? 37-0.
I don't know.
They got drilled at the end of the
guys.
game. Mike Riley got beat 40-10 in 2016, his second year. And Mark Banker, that was the famous game afterwards where he was like, I bet their practices are like a bloodbath. And then he got fired. And it was like this realization of like, oh my God, we don't even know how far we have to go. It's fallen so far just in front of our eyes, but it was imperceptible to the human eye, and then it's just gone. And then in 17, they got beat like 56-14, and Noah Fant was running all up and down the sideline. It was like, oh my God. Now we kind of knew we were there in 17 because we knew it was coming after that. And then in 18, Frost's first year, they competed with Iowa. But remember what he said after the game. He said, like, that was when they had the big, like, mentality change. Like, we need to get bigger and physical, and we need to be like, slower, but in bigger, right? Like that type of league. That's when they had that big time realization, because they realized they were getting outweighed big time on the offensive and defensive line. And Frost was like, we can't compete this way. And they had this big mindset change, and they got bigger and more physical and all these different things. And that steered them in the wrong direction. There's something about losing to Iowa. And guess who plays Iowa this week? There's something about losing to Iowa and getting blown out by Iowa that makes you think about every choice you've ever made.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
There is.
Like, you can lose to Iowa. Okay. They're better at details than us. You know, they won the game because they did a variety of different things right. You know, they won the football game. But when you get blown out by Iowa, that doesn't just happen. That's not a reflection on Iowa. That's a reflection on you. You can't get blown out by Iowa. That's a reflection on you. That means you are so bad at the details and like the little stuff that makes programs good that you have fallen so fast, and your care level has gone down so much that they can smell it. They're like sharks. That's what Iowa does. They can smell it from a mile away.
They figured you out.
Yeah. And they just took advantage of it over and over and over again. 37-0. They smell it. They can smell it. Something about it. It changes people. Everybody's going to have to learn that lesson at some point. Wisconsin just did. Penn State's about to this week, I think. Yikes. Also, sorry, were you going to say though?
No, I was just going to say pain.
Oh, it's big pain. There's pain everywhere, as Jameis Winston would say. Would he?
He's over there.
Where?
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
There he is. Oh.
I don't know why. That one I know where it is.
Warren looking, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Unbelievable! Wow, Jack Sawyer, the hero, Captain Jack.
Seth writes in, poll question, did Nebraska get waterboarded for a bit? Kind of felt that way for a little while.
We can do that.
Jesse writes
It's a little edgy.
So what Connor is saying is we got tortured before death and Wisconsin just got put out of their misery. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because it's such a humane death. You know?
What? You don't know his buyout off the top of your head, do you?
Fickle?
Mm-hmm.
No, who cares though? I'm not a buyout. That's one thing that's bothered me a little bit this week. Thank you for mentioning buyouts, Josh.
Oh yeah,
I don't give a rip about buyouts. Who cares? Why do we take? Why do we care? You know, Matt was talking about the whole
$40 million.
Matt was talking about the whole like, oh, if they would have waited 2 more weeks, fired Frost, like, what's the big deal? Like, they would have saved him $7.5 million. I don't care.
But 7.5 isn't any. 50 is a big number. 50 million, 40 million. These are big numbers.
But compared to what? To after the year?
Sure. Okay.
You know, it's gonna be 40. James Franklin's 40.
If you know, you know.
They got somebody to pay for it. They'll be okay.
Does Wisconsin have someone to pay for it?
No, not Wisconsin. Penn State.
Penn State has the sheets.
I just don't think buyouts are like prohibitive. I just don't think that they're like prohibitive on firing anybody. I just think you do what's best for your program at all times, regardless of the circumstances. That's what I would say.
What a rube living in a utopia you are.
What? That's my perfect society.
I just think we should always be trying to win everything and not pay attention to anything else.
That doesn't mean you have to fire
Spend
coaches
money willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly. That doesn't
build a cathedral.
Yeah, dude.
That does sound pretty sweet, actually.
That'd be awesome. Look at what it did to I don't know if the buyout had anything to do with what Trev did keeping Frost, but what a mistake. What a horrible mistake. And then they rectified it by just doing it anyway. But it was too late. They should not have run that back for 22.
I would like to give him a little truth serum and like, hey, what?
Oh, he knew. He knew. He just
They
They didn't let him.
What? Name names. Who didn't let you?
Scott Frost. He knows some people. And he was going to have some people in his corner no matter what.
Now, Trev, I don't know if we should be firing people. Have you had my jerky?
But keep this in mind, Trev was also a big money guy too, so I'm sure the money was actually an important thing to him. So maybe it was because of that. But then they did it anyway.
Yeah.
So it just eats up the point. All right. Good luck, Wisconsin.
You're gonna need it.
You're gonna need it.
As the Pope would say. You lost.
You lost. All right, we'll be back with the polls. We'll tell you what to watch on the other side on 1620 The Zone. All right, to the polls at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Nothing from yesterday that we got to clean up, so let's go straight to today. Do you hang up your collars?
Yeah, I do actually.
It's a good move. Keeps them nice and crispy.
Oh, yeah.
79% say yes.
Good job, audience.
That's a very adult move by young Matt. Well done.
Good point.
Would Mitch cook your ass?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Mitch Ballock, for the record. 66% say yes. Remember tracing?
Forgot about that.
Yes, I do. 81% say yes. Are you constantly chasing the feeling of throwing stuff and having someone catch it?
I'm not, but I understand that that's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. That's all. 53% say yes. Still more than half. And then this one new to the timeline as of a minute ago.
Yeah. Might not have any returns on it. You might be the first.
Did Nebraska get waterboarded for a bit? I proffered this theory, so I will vote yes, and I am the one vote. 100%. An all-time record, Josh.
It is.
Those are the polls. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching baseball ALCS Game 3, Seattle back home with a 2-0 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays.
Can you believe it?
7:08 first pitch on FS1. Shane Bieber versus George Kirby. I think I saw yesterday a stat. Seattle has never had.
They've never won 3 games in the CS.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you. College football, it's technically happening. Delaware versus Jacksonville State, 6:00 on ESPN. And then UTEP at Sam Houston, same time, 6:00 on CBS Sports Network. Moving to the National Hockey League doubleheader on TNT. Florida Panthers at the Detroit Red Wings, 6:00 on TNT, followed by Chicago St. Louis, rivalry renewed, 8:30 on TNT. And finally, new true crime. This isn't a docu-series. It's a limited series on Hulu. First 3 episodes premiere today. Murdaugh, Death in the Family. Remember the Alex Murdaugh, that weird-looking Southern redhead who killed everybody? Jason Clarke and Patricia Arquette play Alex and Maggie Murdaugh in this true crime drama based on the Murdaugh Murders podcast.
Shout out to Patricia Arquette. She's been really rocking the murdery vibes people lately in her parts.
She's in all those murder shows.
She was really good in Severance.
Oh, yeah, she was on that. Yeah, she was on the Emmy circuit.
Yeah, you totally believe her if like she had done some crazy stuff in her life, you know?
Yeah, I would believe that.
100%. Nice job. Maybe that's just called good acting. Nice job, Patricia Arquette.
Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, Patricia. The math patricians.
Math Patricia. Oh, Gus.
We're never going to have a chance. Oh, I'm not going to have a chance to laugh at that on air with you because my work here is done for the week.
See you Monday.
You seem excited.
The rest of us will be working.
Yep. That's right.
You deserve it.
Yeah. You deserve it.
You deserve it.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy Austin. He'll talk about the Panthers for the next 2 days, which I support completely. I think he should do that.
The Meow Mix podcast may be no more, but the Connor Happer show lives on.
Absolutely. The Meow Mix podcast under the name The Connor Happer Show.
That's right.
All right. That is it for us today. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossovers coming up next.